every meeting, whether it's with the bank or there's an inspector, whatever it is, River Hills, your listing agent is there. It's all about service. And they're conveniently located with offices in Barneville, Little Falls, Utica, to the north in Copenhagen, Newport, and coming soon to Rome, and not to mention their amazing office in the Gulf Coast part of southern Florida. Sarasota, Naples, Marco Island, they have you covered, whether maybe you're staying put in upstate New York or you're considering that snowbird option. Call River Hills Properties at 315-896-1009. Nobody sells homes like River Hills. 315-896-1009.
Hey, Central New York, I'm Gordon Deal, and whether you're listening to WIBX from Utica to Conesville, you want to know what's going on in our country. The news is moving so fast these days, it can feel like it's hard to catch up, and that, my friend, is what my show is all about. Every Sunday at 7 a.m., listen to This Weekend with me, Gordon Deal, a show that goes beyond the headlines and brings you a lively blend of intelligent information, trending topics, and humor with stories from the U.S. and around the world. Catch This Weekend with Gordon Deal, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
And I want to tell you, if you need work on your home, that involves concrete, masonry work, whether it be a driveway. I always love a concrete driveway.
Yes,
I think it's classy and and it lasts. Sidewalk repair, foundation repair, your chimney, whatever it is in terms of concrete and masonry work, it's Brank Construction. Call them today. They'll get the job done right on time. Call 315-894-3481.
BME Company Business Machines and Equipment has been delivering office solutions for businesses in upstate New York for over 30 years. Their success comes from finding the right document management strategies and software solutions for streamlining workflows. Simply put, BME provides fast, reliable service at the best value to keep your business running smoothly. Through BME's strategic partnership with Hummel's Office Plus, they distribute supplies for just about every machine in your office at a great price. BME welcomes the opportunity to serve your business, selling, leasing, and service in Canon and Kyocera devices, as well as FP mailing solutions. An important part of BME's culture is supporting the communities they're fortunate to work in, and BME recognizes that support is one reason for their success. The future of business in BME's area is encouraging, and the company is grateful to be a part of that growth. Call BME Company at 315-574-8200 or visit BMEcompany.com. BME Company Office Solutions. Made simple.
The Department of Energy says power outages could surge 10,000% over the next few years, thanks to power-hungry AI data centers. With the grid already struggling to keep up with demand, now is the time to prepare. My Patriot Supply is making it easy with their Christmas in July bundle, featuring the Grid Doctor 3300 solar generator. And for a limited time, they're including over $1,000 in free survival gear along with it. Emergency food, water filtration, backup power, and essential tools. The Grid Doctor delivers 3,300 watts of power, enough to run your fridge, CPAP, power tools, and more. It's whisper quiet, gas-free, and completely off-grid. When the next power outage hits, you'll be glad you planned ahead. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/radio. That's mypatriotsupply.com/radio and grab the Christmas in July bundle while it lasts. Blackouts are coming. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/radio and get prepared today.
It's time to read the news and weather. Time to figure out what to say. It's time to turn the channel of the Keeler Show today. Why do we always listen? Keeler's always in the know. It makes me want to call him and tell him where to go. And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started. It's time to get things started. On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Good morning. It is First News Keeler in the morning, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM. Jeff Monaski alongside Beth Irons this morning. Good morning,
Good morning.
Beth.
How are you?
Great. I have a ton of energy for 6, whatever it is, 20.
Coffee. That's called coffee.
Yes. It's seeping into my system now. We have a busy show today. Brewfest is coming up.
I know.
You're excited. You haven't seen Gary in a while.
I haven't seen Gary in a few years. Yeah, Gary's always he's a good hugger.
Oh, he's a good hugger.
Yeah, he's a good hugger.
So it'll be a bit of a reunion this morning. We'll also talk with Madeline Engel on the Farm to School program.
Maddie, yeah. She's one of the bright stars at Cooperative Extension, so I'm excited to have her here today too.
And the Utica Stampede Rodeo is also coming up. Is it this weekend or next? Is it already August 1st this weekend?
This weekend, yeah.
It's August 1st this weekend already.
It's Friday. Friday's August 1st.
Oh yeah, today's
what
the 30th.
Come on.
Man. So there's an opportunity if you're into that and you want to get out and do that. I think tickets, don't quote me, I think they're as cheap as $10. Somebody told me you should grab tickets and take Carter, even if he doesn't like it. It's $10. So what did you lose?
Take advantage of it.
Take advantage of the opportunity. We'll talk about that coming up this morning as well. A lot of other stories to get to. Where to begin? Okay, so Beth, we'll begin here.
Mm-hmm.
As we got on the air, sometimes I get a little, if I don't get enough sleep, I get a little grumpy. Smitty, is your mic on?
It is now.
Smitty's a little grumpy today. I'm feeling it. Are you all right,
No,
bud?
there's just a problem in my little room that I'm kind of...
I could tell you were flustered about something. Well, go ahead and
I
get
hate
it off.
it when your cubby's not the way you need it to be. I'm like that in the market office. I'm like, okay, who was here? Who touched that?
Oh, you're very organized, it sounds.
Well, I kind of have to be. Yeah.
If you could take notes
Yeah.
from me, please, because I could learn a thing or two
Do a
about
YouTube. I'll do a YouTube.
organization. So what happens, Smitty?
So there's a little screen that's a little bit bigger than this one on the main mic here in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm usually not in here. As everybody knows, I'm in the little production room here.
Yeah.
So it controls my mic. It controls my when I come on with Bill to do discussions with use, and I can do all my production in there. I walk in this morning, the screen's gone black.
Oh.
So I tried rebooting it, nothing. So if I don't have that, I'm totally out of commission because I do all my production and my show stuff on there and my other stuff. Like I said, it controls my mic. If I don't have that, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, hopefully it means less work today, because if that screen doesn't work, how are you going to do it?
No, I need to have it because I have other stuff I have to do today. After Wednesdays are my kind of busy day because I record a couple things for the weekend on that screen, and I use that to edit it down.
So Beth, you may know this because you're here each week. Davey's taken on a ton of additional responsibilities, and that's why he's the executive producer.
I was going to say, that's why he gets the big bucks.
Well, I don't know if he gets the big bucks, but he's got a long title.
He's the grease.
He's
the grease that makes the wheels work.
Very well said. He absolutely is the grease that makes the wheels work. So I hope that gets solved. It's not possible to do it in another production room. I remember back in the day when I was here, there was a couple of them you could do it in.
I could do it in here, but I just feel comfortable in there. I would have to do it's just complicated. It was working fine when I left yesterday afternoon because I was here until after 2, and then it was working fine. Then I walk in this morning, nothing.
So here's how I knew that Davey was a little frustrated this morning, and certainly more so than most days. You're usually happy-go-lucky with a smile on your face.
He's usually pretty laid back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is. So as we were beginning, Beth, it's been a while since you and I have been on the air
Yeah,
together.
I know.
And people change. Obviously, I'm at FedEx now, but things change, and people move on from positions. And just before we got on the air, like literally the music was playing as we were coming on, I said to you, Beth, Beth, I just want to make sure, are you still at the Oneida County Farmers Market, the public market?
Yep.
And Davey, before you even answered, Davey chimed in. He goes, Jeff, she's got the shirt on. And as I said, sometimes I wear my IBX or my Keeler in the morning T-shirt, and I don't work here anymore. So, Beth.
Yet here you are on the air.
I am. Sometimes I fill in,
Yeah, it's fun.
It is fun. I enjoy doing this. For those who don't know, tell us about what you do at the public market and There's got to be one going on this weekend, right?
Yep, we're in about the middle of our summer season. The start, actually, about almost halfway through the summer harvest season. So people are starting to see what they're normally expecting to see at the farmers market. Sweet corn just started coming in like strong last week.
Mm-hmm.
Tomatoes are starting to come in. So if you're an heirloom tomato fan like me, start to get excited about it. There's a lot of variety of greens. If you're looking for salad greens, there's still some garlic scapes running around out there, but we're starting to see garlic come into the market. Summer squash, a little early for the winter squash if you like the denser, sweeter squashes like the butternuts and that kind of thing. Those are a little later in the year. And then of course there's always our our crafters and our artisans. So we have a photographer that comes in, and we have those vendors that we have that make preserves, jams, jellies. Maple syrup is still available. Honey is always available. So whatever you're looking for, whatever you're in the mood for, chances are we can hook you up with somebody who's got it.
How about green beans and wax beans?
Yep, greens and wax beans are coming in. Beets, spring onions, those big sweet summer onions are coming in. So there's now through about Labor Day, just after Labor Day, is what you're going to see at the farmers market that you expect to find at a farmer's market.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes people come in like May and early June, and they where's the sweet corn? We're like, it's about knee high out in the field right now.
You drove by it on your way here.
Yeah. Check with us in a month.
Yeah, and I can tell you in some areas, the stalks are tall, so it's like I kind of got to do.
And it shot up in early June this year, or early July this year.
You stick your neck out a little, and you kind of lift yourself up off the seat to make sure that no cars are coming around the bend there. So Beth, the farmers market. What are the hours? Saturday.
Saturdays 9 to 1. We're behind the REA wing at Union Station. The whole market is outside. Usually, we have some people that are located within the REA wing. The county is continuing to make an investment in the facility, so they're doing some renovations inside the building this year. So we're set up completely outside in the parking lot behind the REA wing from 9 to 1 on Saturday.
And Beth, when you came in this morning, you had your hands full, and I'm going to bet that all of the ingredients that could be sourced locally for what you made were sourced locally.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're going to review the YouTube audience can see this, but what did you make here? And look how delicious
These are
that looks.
Blueberry oatmeal cups. It's blueberry season. So these are beautiful organic blueberries that are grown locally. I purchased these at Kingfisher Farm at our market last week. There's also banana in there. Obviously, we can't grow bananas locally, but there's a banana in there. And there is some walnuts, and some oatmeal. So it's very wholesome. It's great breakfast. If you want to spend about a half an hour throwing this together and putting in the oven the night before, you can have this as a grab-and-go breakfast for the kids before they get on the bus in the morning, or for yourself when you're running out of the house going to work. It's got a lot of stick-to-itiveness, as my mom used to say, because the oatmeal will, it's dense, it's insoluble fiber and soluble fiber, so it's very, very healthy for you, and it'll stay in your stomach for a while. So a half an hour after you eat it, like Chinese food, you won't be hungry again.
So I'm going to confirm everything you just said about how delicious it is as soon as we get to our first break here this morning. Thank you for bringing this in. It wasn't necessary, but it looks so delicious. We're going to jump to something else quickly here, and it's Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio, who often checks in. He's pretty much with us just about each and every day here on the Keeler in the Morning Show, and he's talking about some of the bigger news items of the day. There is a closed-door briefing on Operation Midnight Hammer. Do members view it as a success that Iran's nuclear program was set back several years? Good morning, Ryan Schmelz.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So before I begin, have we confirmed? Is there consensus in the information world that we did set them back years? Of course, there was this flap about, well, we set them back 5 years. No, we set them back 2 months. Are we anywhere on that? And I think the last time we talked last week, I was asking if anyone had been charged yet, and they had not.
Well, yeah, I don't think anyone's been charged yet. I would say that Republicans certainly feel that Operation Midnight Hammer was still a success. I think there's overall a consensus that it was a successful mission and that there was significant damage done to Iran's nuclear program. But I still think the timeline is not exactly come to a conclusion yet. But as Republicans who were there yesterday, they absolutely believe that, based off what they heard, that the administration is correct in that analysis. And I think there's a lot of people who think that it's possible. But I don't think. I think if you ask Democrats who are maybe a little hesitant to say that, they'll probably say that they're just a little too far away to truly make that assessment still.
And, this is my opinion, but you can weigh in here if you want to. Democrats have been extremely hesitant, whether you like Trump or you hate him. Everything he does can't be wrong. And they are hesitant to give him credit in any way, whether this mission was successful or not.
Yeah, I think that's definitely in some cases true. I think that they are quick to credit the mission and say that it was a success. They just are not buying the whole idea that Iran has, been set back years. I think that they're kind of saying that might be an over-exaggeration, which they believe President Trump does a lot of. And
he does.
And I think they're just kind of waiting to see for sure what Iran's fallout's going to be. And you can't do these assessments overnight. It's not like Iran's just inviting us in there to go survey the site and say, oh yeah, look, that's we can tell this is a year-long setback now. Yeah, but I think it's still kind of all over the place.
Is it fair to ask, or is it fair to say that, if a country's going to commit itself to doing something like developing nuclear weapons, and this is just my opinion, A, they're not going to put everything in one place, and B, if they did it once, they'll do it again, and C, this particular type of situation is not a one-and-done deal. Like, you're not going to go in and bomb it once, and it's never going to be something that you have to consider could be recreated in the future again. Are those reasonable assumptions?
I think you can't rule them out. That's for sure. Now, our colleague Jared Halpern actually asked President Trump that if Iran can rebuild in that specific site, and he said no, it's damaged to the point that it can't be rebuilt. So the analysis of that is still all over the place, and we'll have to kind of wait and see what Iran does. But as of right now, they've kind of not been in the news as much as they used to be. Mm-hmm. So that in itself might be a success.
All right, interesting. Always with the latest, and we appreciate it. Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
I really appreciate it. By the way, just in the spirit of over-exaggeration in Trump, I want to say that what are these called again?
Blueberry oatmeal cups.
These blueberry oatmeal cups. The greatest. They're the greatest. Nobody makes them better. Sorry, I'm still working on it. It comes and goes.
And before you say that, you should probably taste one first.
Well, people tell me. They tell me all the time. Okay, I'm done with that for today. We're going to tuck that away until I practice a little bit more. But we are ready to take a break, so I am going to sample one of these. I'll tell you how good they are in a minute. And then Beth and I are going to share something really positive. So often what we talk about in the media, or what you hear about in the media, is negative. And I just want to give a little shout out to somebody who's really important to me, and then Beth's going to do the same as well. We got good vibes here on a Wednesday morning. Smitty.
Good. It's hump day.
Everything is going to be fine with that computer. And trust me, they'll find a way to make sure that you get to do that work. They will find a way. Trust me. It's a Wednesday morning. First News, Keeler in the morning, WIBX.
Beautiful woodwork adds warmth and charm to any kitchen. But years of use can leave your cabinets worn and faded. When you call Enhance, we'll make your cabinets as good as new again in as little as 1 day for a lot less than you'd pay for traditional refinishing or replacements. Whether you want to renew your cabinet's original finish or completely change their color, just tell us the look you want and we'll help you get it. Or bring your hardwood floors back to life. With most Enhance renewals, you can use your floors again the same day. Plus, there's no mess, no dust, and no odors. Call Enhance today for a free in-home consultation. We'll explain the process, we'll show you how your cabinets or floors will look when we're done, and we promise you'll be really pleased with the price. And when you trust Enhance, you'll get the skilled workmanship and attention to detail we bring to every job. There's no obligation. Call us now at 738-1113. 738-1113.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
Most people have no idea there's an invisible gap in their home's protection. This invisible threat is house stealing. Con artists pick a house. They transfer the deed of this house into their name by obtaining the forms, using the fake IDs, and filing the paperwork with proper authorities. Now they own the home. Protect your home from this invisible gap. Check on your home's title right now at HomeTitleLock.com. Be sure to use promo code RADIO and they will send you a complete title scan of your home's title. And your first 30 days of triple lock title protection is free. HomeTitleLock.com.
Cold fronts on the move, and after a pretty decent morning with a chance of a shower, this afternoon we're still going to be up near 90 with a few showers, thunderstorms possible. I don't anticipate any widespread rainfall, and we'll keep that chance at the early tonight, cloudy overnight 65. Bigger changes as the front comes through tomorrow. A few showers, maybe an afternoon storm, 78. Beautiful Friday, sunny near 80. I'm meteorologist Ray Stijic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
This is Keeler in the Morning, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
So good. Absolutely delicious. These are blue, I'm going to say it wrong, the blueberry morning cups, what'd you call them?
Blueberry oatmeal cups.
Blueberry oatmeal cups, easy for me to say. Thank you, that's delicious.
Oh, you're welcome.
For those listening and watching, we got them on the table here. Check them out on YouTube. They look great, they taste better. But you often, when you make something like this, you post the recipes up on the website, and if people want to try it themselves, they're more than welcome to.
Yep, Audra, my online coordinator, will put it on our social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram, and there's a page on our website where all the recipes that we feature at our appearances are available.
So,
and then usually they're seasonally based, so at least some of the ingredients in the recipe you can come down to the market and purchase directly from the vendors.
Was it Deeds who asked, Smitty? On YouTube, Deeds wanted to know if it's gluten-free, and then what else did he say? Oh, he wanted to know the recipe, so we already addressed that.
Yeah, there's no AP flour, there's no wheat flour, there's oatmeal, the binder is mashed banana and whole egg, so there's a little bit of brown sugar, but most of the sweetness is from the banana and the blueberries. I mean, these blueberries are huge this year. I mean,
they are huge.
These are organic
a lot
blueberries
in there too.
Through Kingfisher Farm, and they pop with this beautiful sweetness in your mouth. They're just wonderful.
Yeah, that's a great way to start your day nutritionally. I have to show something here, and this is kind of, I guess, the origin of my positive vibes. As I mentioned, well, if you were listening to the show yesterday, my little guy happened to call during a segment, and again, he's 9. If he calls, I have to take the call. There's no question. You never know in today's world, so I'm always just like, hey, is everything okay? All right, Dad's working, but I'll buzz you back later. So he was excited because we were going to my father's house for dinner last night. We had a great time. And at, I don't know, what was it, 8:45? Dad, what time are you picking me up for dinner?
I gotta plan my day.
It won't be anytime soon, bud. So I also mentioned this, I think, earlier in the week. Obviously, Hulk Hogan passed away. And the Hulkster was like my icon, my hero when I was in the single digit, from ages like 4 through 9. I was probably the biggest Hulk Hogan fan there was. So Hulk Hogan passed away, and he called my mother, and he said, Nina, Hulk Hogan died. Did you hear? And he told her, because she was me being a Hulkamaniac, and she was kind of a Hulk Hogan fan as well. So he promised he was going to draw a picture for me and my mother and my brother and I think my father as well. There was another one in there. I have to show this on YouTube. This is the picture, and Beth, I'll show you this in a second. Oh, that's not going to move, is it? I got to hold the picture up to it. This is his Hulk Hogan picture he drew for me in the NWO.
And if you didn't know, if you held that up and said, who do you think this is, I would automatically say Hulk Hogan.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I do not have a drop of artistic ability in me. I couldn't draw a stick figure, and with all due respect, I don't think Mama can either. So I don't know where he got it from.
It skipped a generation.
I think it did.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to hold this up here. I don't know if that's
There you go. Pull it back a little bit.
Pull it back a little. Yeah,
there you go.
Tell me you don't look at that and you go, that's
clearly
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did such a good job. I just wanted to say how proud I am of him. And he's no Hunter Biden, and Mama and I are grateful for that. I can tell you right now. But I just thought for a 9-year-old to draw Hulk Hogan, it came out really well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So this is going. I was going to put it on the fridge. This is actually going on the wall.
I was going to say that deserves a frame.
Yeah, it's going to get framed. Yeah. I actually said to him, I go, I'm going to frame this. And he goes, what do you mean you're going to frame it? And I said, I'm going to put it in a frame. And he's like, oh, he didn't. I guess he wasn't familiar with the term frame it. But I just wanted to say thanks for that. And he is the sunshine every single day. And because I'm here fawning over my son so much, I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk about how much you appreciated somebody also.
Yes. Well, I mean, there's 2 people that I appreciate. Both of them I share a last name with. My husband, of course, and the person that he and I produced, our daughter, Dana, who is living her life out in Denver, outside of Denver. Everything she does, we are extremely proud of. She's a registered veterinary technician with an emergency clinic out there, and she's loving it, and we're loving her for it, and she's making the choices to keep herself happy and to set herself up, in a good place. So we are constantly proud of, the kind of person that she's turning out to be.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, because, any parent, you kind of hold your breath. And the 2 times I really did that was when I dropped her off at college. And when she pulled out of the driveway to relocate her life to Colorado, because social media makes you very close. Mm-hmm. So we text all the time, and there's the Facebook, the Facebook live FaceTimes or whatever you want to call them, which makes a world of difference. But when they're 2,000 plus miles from home, that's not always easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't call her up and say, you know what, let's go to lunch, or let's do this, or let's do that. But it's okay, and I mean, it's not that it'll always be that way. Either we'll be closer to her or she'll be closer to us. Visits are always joyous times. And we're just happy that she's like living a life that makes her happy, and she's able to take care of herself, and we're very proud of her every day.
That's amazing. Yeah, you can't say, was Dana?
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Mom just made these blueberry oat cups. Why don't you stop by?
Stop by the studio and grab one.
Stock up and, come grab a hug as well.
Yeah.
It is tough when they're far away. But as you said, the technology, there's always good and bad with everything.
Yeah.
And one of the great things about technology is you can see and
hear.
And have a better relationship with loved ones who might not live down the road anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Speaking of down the road, and this is an odd transition, but I wanted to mention it. I deliver in your neck of the woods, FedEx-wise, and I deliver in Smitty's neck of the woods. You guys actually live pretty close by.
Say we're pretty close to each other, aren't we?
Yes.
Well, right down the road from both of you is, I guess this is an unplanned plug here, but there's a little supermarket on the corner.
Oh, George's.
It just reopened as George's Food Center.
That's the heartbeat of Floyd right there.
It used to be George's Food Center, and then there was a couple of different owners, and I had a chance to stop in there under one of the previous owners, and it was good. There, I noticed there wasn't. It looks like a supermarket, but there wasn't a lot of fresh food in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Scott and Bailey have taken it back over under the name George's Food Center.
Yeah, Food Center. I was going to say convenience, but that's not right.
Have you both been in there?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Smitty?
If you're going down the road, I know what you're talking about.
The subs?
Yes.
Oh, the subs. Have you had a sub from there?
I grew up on the subs from there.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is funny. Okay, this is kind of and I encourage anybody and everybody to advertise through our sales team at WIBX950.com. But there's several ways to do it. And another one is word of mouth.
Yeah.
And I was counting down the days that they were going to reopen up under George's Food Center, because people I would deliver to, sometimes we small talk and they're like, hey, you got to try a sub from George's Food Center.
That was what he was known for.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
I hate to say this. I was losing weight. I've been eating a sub almost every day, and I think the carbs might be catching up with me a little, but it's so good, and it's fresh.
Yeah.
It's
and
delicious.
They make it, like every other sub shop, they make it fresh for you right there. But the neighborhoods, the community was very excited to know that
people
when it
would
closed.
come out and tell me about it.
It closed this past winter with that super heavy snowfall, and my first thought was like, oh well, because their parking lot went unplowed.
Yeah.
Okay, so the people that they hired to do the plowing were just too busy plowing out other places, and it just never opened again.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we started to see some activity and some signs in the window that said "opening again soon," and I was like, okay, but that was in April. I'm like, okay, define soon, because it's June.
Yes.
And I
was doing this every day. I was driving by going, oh, not today.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yep. And then but they really did a lot of stuff. Some of the previous owners did a lot of stuff. There's not 1945 linoleum that had holes worn in it from people walking on it, which is a good indication that it was a popular place for people to be. And there's new refrigeration units. They expanded the retail space. So there's been some positive changes, but we're very happy that it's open again, and it's you recognize the people that you walk when you walk in. You know the person behind the counter again, and it's just it's a good neighborhood place that kind of rediscovered its neighborhood soul. So everybody is very happy that it's open again.
A great way to say that, and I talk about the subs. They also do sandwiches. So if a sub is too big for you, they'll make you a sandwich.
And you can do half subs now.
You can do half subs.
Yep.
Boy.
I mean, I grew up with George's dad, George, running the place.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I remember old George up there.
I live in the house I grew up in right down the road. So there's, I don't want to tell you how many decades I've had experience in the community. But it was just, it's George's is back.
Yeah.
Which is very heartening. You pick up on it. It's the vibe. It's a community vibe. That's really important.
Often we talk about, and Bill quotes, I don't remember the song, but things aren't the way they used to be and probably never were. And part of that is about, things don't go back to the way they used to be, the way you remember them. But in this case, it kind of is.
Did.
It's kind of gone back to the way you remember it.
It's kind of like that. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
that works there as well.
Yep.
So I just wanted to mention that it's funny because you're both in that vicinity, and I assumed that you both had a chance to check it out in there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm a lot closer now than I was before. Before I was up on the hill where we lived, but now I'm a lot closer. It's a lot shorter distance for me to drive now to go to George's.
Yeah, it's only half a mile, maybe three quarters of a mile, maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do
they
that
have
later
booths.
today.
We could sit in a booth.
I don't think they have booths anymore. I didn't see a booth. Maybe
No,
I overlooked it.
I think I saw maybe booths or tables.
There is a
couple of
table there,
tables?
but it's more of a while you're waiting for your sub to be
Oh,
made,
kind of like
kind of
you
a
know,
table.
sit down and have a cup of coffee while you're waiting, kind of thing.
Yes, but it's delicious, and I'll probably be ordering a sub there today. I mean, I get one almost every single
Yeah, and
day.
I'm just going to start the conversation. I mean, now with George's is open and everybody's excited about food in Floyd now, somebody needs to open a barbecue restaurant, like a real, honest to goodness. You can smell the smokers being fired up at 6 o'clock in the morning kind of restaurant. There's a place available right on 365 that's got a lot of space behind it that would be ideal for it. So if you're somebody who's chomping at the bit to set yourself up in a barbecue place, I got a place for you.
Yeah,
and Floyd needs barbecue.
And where is it again?
Right on 365, the old Priscilla's Diner.
Yes, that's kind of just down the road from George's.
Yep, and right on 365, which is a major thoroughfare through that community now. I mean, if anybody going north on the weekends, used to be like when I was a kid, if you saw 5 cars on the road all day, it was a busy day. Now you got to sit at the corner. I live on Davis, and when you turn off on 365, you got to sit on that corner, and there's like 30 cars that go by.
Yep. And I do it in the truck, so I have to wait longer.
Yeah.
Because I drive, as they tell us, a big billboard. And when I cut someone off, there's usually a phone call to FedEx. Your driver just cut me off on 365, and they know who it is because there's only one guy that's delivering on 365.
Yeah,
so.
we don't say FedEx is here. We say, oh, Jeff's coming.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers joins us now, and we're going to slide into a serious topic. She's got the latest on the shooting incident in New York City. President Trump has been briefed, and he's offered some honors for the police officer who was killed. Good morning, Tanya.
Hey, good morning.
So obviously a tragic situation. We've dealt with so many of these. I think this falls into the category of a mass shooting. What are we learning about the suspect, and how are we honoring those who were lost?
Well, I know there was a vigil last night to honor the people who were the victims of this. The investigation is underway into several different aspects of Shane Tamura's life. He did not show up for his usual work shift on Sunday. He was employed at Horseshoe, Las Vegas, and he didn't show up. By this point, he was apparently about halfway across the country, coming here to carry out his mass shooting inside the building that's not too far from where I'm sitting right now. Like I said, the people who were killed in this include an off-duty NYPD officer, a security guard. There were several. There were four people were killed. And the fifth one, by the way, was wounded and is apparently recovering. That person was an NFL employee, and that is kind of key to the story because that seems to be who he was targeting was the NFL, their headquarters in that building. He just took the wrong elevator and ended up on a different floor.
So, Tanya, I know in his suicide note, he talked about having CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, and that's often, we've heard about this, the brain injuries. There was a movie on this. But he never made it to the level of the NFL. That's a question. And why target the NFL if he never played in the league?
Yeah, and he accused the NFL of not making enough of an issue of brain injuries linked to contact sports. Apparently, that is why he was targeting the NFL. And you're right, he did not play professional football. He played high school football about 10 years ago, I think. But it was not to the professional or even apparently collegiate level.
Or even semi-pro, none of that.
Yeah, apparently not. But that seems to be what his target was the NFL because of what he said was CTE. Now, I don't know, where we're still, getting more information about it. Was he diagnosed with CTE? Was this a medical thing that someone had told him, yes, you have this? How did they find this out? There's a lot of questions that kind of surround the diagnosis he says he had, according to that note. I think that the note said something about studying my brain. I mean, yeah, this is evidently what was driving him to do this. And now you have all these folks and families and coworkers and, that are all just devastated because they've lost these people.
I'm certainly not an expert on this, but I was under the impression, based on things that I had seen and read, that this condition couldn't be diagnosed unless you were deceased and they could examine the brain. So the fact that he was saying that is a little bizarre. And again, this is just speculation on my part, but it would seem that this is one of those situations where you self-diagnose. Maybe he was having mental health issues and recognized it and then said, well, I used to play football, and then immediately pointed to that. And then it became like a blame game thing. I don't know. That's an awful lot of speculation on my part. But I just wanted to mention, as far as I knew, for him to claim he'd been diagnosed with CTE, that's not something that can be diagnosed until you're gone.
Right.
Right.
Like rabies.
Yeah, that was my understanding of it as well. He did, according to police, he did have a history of mental illness. Now, they have not given more details on what that was about. But again, that's why I said, if he indeed had gotten a diagnosis of CTE, I have questions for the doctor who told him that. And because I'm like you, I was sort of under the impression that this was not something that you could gain this knowledge of until after someone had passed. So that's, again, a lot of questions coming from that. The police, the NYPD investigators are there in Las Vegas to also, see what they can find out, get more details on a lot of things that have happened here.
And Tanya, I don't mean to open up another can of worms here because I know you're almost out of time, but do we know where he got the weapon from, and is there something to make about that?
Well, he apparently bought the handgun that was, I guess, in his car when they, found his car. He had bought that legally. Apparently, he had a concealed carry permit. But as far as the weapon that he used inside the building, we're getting reports that that was assembled by him, but the pieces were bought by someone else. And that was like an AR-15 automatic style. I mean, everybody's probably seen the picture at this point, which is just chilling, where this guy's walking across the plaza openly carrying this, how would you hide that? But, it's just chilling, honestly. I think that's the thing that was just so shocking to me to see because, we have a plaza in front of our building. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of buildings do. And just to see somebody casually strolling across there with that kind of weapon is just, that's disturbing in itself. But the fact that, like you said, you start asking questions of, okay, where did this come from? Where did you get this? And apparently there was an associate of his who helped him, buy it, and he put it together.
And when you say, and Tanya, I know we're out of time here, but I just have more questions now. When you say it was illegally purchased or he had a license for it, well, it seems like
the handgun.
The handgun, but it seems like it was known that he had extensive mental health issues. So I question how he passed the screening and was able to be licensed for that. And I know I'm throwing too many questions at you, but go ahead.
No, apparently there was a 5-year permit. And I think from what we understand from one of the guests who was on the channel the other day, who was a former NYPD officer who is also with Henderson, Nevada Police, and lives in the same neighborhood as this guy. He spoke to Fox about what it takes to get a concealed carry in Las Vegas. Apparently, from what he was saying, that 3 years on that permit were up and 2 more before another background check was done. So, as far as, they background check, if he had tried to purchase the automatic weapon, apparently something would have been flagged. I'm assuming, and from what I've seen reporting-wise, since someone else bought it, I'm going to guess that he knew that something was going to come up and he was not going to be able to buy this, or why else would you ask somebody to buy pieces of a gun for you? Now you've got them involved. Right. Because there's just a lot more questions than there are answers. And apparently there are red flag laws in Nevada, but somebody has to say something before anything can be done. They can't just go in and say, okay, well, we believe, or this could happen. They have to actually have a report.
Tanya, I appreciate your time this morning. I have so many questions. We're out of time. First News, Keeler in the morning.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. W290 WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
More waves could still be coming. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, but Hawaii may have already seen the worst of the tsunami danger.
We decided to go to elevated ground.
He and thousands of others fled coastal areas in Hawaii after a powerful earthquake off the Russian coast, a magnitude 8.8, the strongest quake anywhere in the world since the 2011 tsunami disaster in Japan.
The warning has now been lowered to a tsunami advisory. So we have enough data that shows that the largest waves associated with this tsunami have now passed over the Hawaiian Islands, and we're starting to trend downward, an important mark forward. But we have seen a lot of water. In fact, northwest Maui indicating the highest water rise with 5.7 feet.
Fox weather meteorologist Britta Merwin. There have also been tsunami alerts in parts of Alaska and the California coast with small waves detected. In New York City, a vigil last night for the 4 people murdered in a Manhattan high-rise building.
To the families of those we've lost, to the loved ones of Officer Didarul Islam, to his fellow officers, and to every New Yorker gathered here in grief.
Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, as the investigation continues into the gunman Shane Tamura, who killed himself. He drove from Las Vegas to New York to carry out the attack, where the NFL is headquartered, leaving behind the note suggesting he had brain injuries from playing football, though he was never in the NFL. Thousands of people are out in the streets of Birmingham, England, Ozzy Osbourne's hometown, paying their respects to the rock legend.
Fans began gathering by Birmingham's Black Sabbath Bridge hours before the funeral cortege was due to pass by. The small bridge, along the site of a bench featuring the members of the legendary rock group, has become festooned with flowers since Osborne's death last week. The Prince of Darkness, who grew up in this city, will be driven past public mourners before a private funeral service.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword micro to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say micro to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
In the ongoing push for more files, documents, and information in the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking case involving underage girls, the Senate's Democratic leader, Chuck Schumer, is asking the FBI to conduct a threat assessment.
What happens if our adversaries use cyber attacks and other means to access files and materials into Epstein that are damaging or worse for President Trump and or those around him?
The president has distanced himself from Epstein, saying he cut ties with him years ago. Some remain skeptical of a Justice Department conclusion Epstein did not leave behind a client list when he committed suicide awaiting trial. After an Epstein associate spent 2 days being questioned by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche,
Ghislaine Maxwell is seeking immunity from future prosecution as a condition for testifying with the House Oversight Committee. Maxwell is serving a 20-year prison sentence after she was convicted of helping Jeffrey Epstein abuse and exploit underage women. An Oversight Committee spokesperson says they will respond to Maxwell's attorney soon, but, quote, will not consider granting congressional immunity for her testimony. The committee unanimously voted to request a subpoena for Maxwell in a bipartisan vote. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
a 3-day hearing starts today, probing a disaster in the sky.
The National Transportation Safety Board is continuing its investigation into the collision between American Airlines Flight 5342 and an Army Black Hawk helicopter that killed 67 people over the Potomac River near Reagan National Airport in January. Topics for the hearing will include airspace and helicopter routes, air traffic control training, collision avoidance technology, and other issues. The hearing docket contains reports, transcripts of the cockpit voice recorders for both aircraft, as well as photos and other materials. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
We'll get an update to the economy next hour, expected to show a turnaround after a slight GDP contraction to start the year. GDP growth predicted for the second quarter, and on Wall Street ahead of that and the Fed interest rate decision, stock futures not moving much. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We have clear skies now, 66 degrees. Good morning, I'm Jeff Monaski, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM. News time is 7:05. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor and Service. You can visit them at clintontractor.net. The father accused of murdering his 9-year-old daughter is expected to appear in court today. Prosecutors say that Luciano Fradolin killed his daughter Melina while they were on vacation in New York earlier this month. He claimed the girl was abducted in the Lake George area, but authorities later determined that not to be the case. The body of the young girl was found in a Ticonderoga pond. A motive for the homicide still has not yet been made public. Some more concerns about the heat today. Temperatures across the region will be in the upper 80s, and combined with humidity, it may feel like closer to 95 or 100 degrees if you're outside in some locations. Good news, though, things will be cooling down tomorrow with projected highs in the low 70s. Latest alerts and forecast available at WIBX950.com. You can also find more information on heat advisories at NOAA.gov. In just a few months, getting from the capital region to the Sunshine State will be a bit easier. That's because Breeze Airways is offering nonstop seasonal service from Albany International Airport to Fort Myers, Florida. That'll start December 17th. The discount carrier says flights will be available on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and the airline will also make trips to Charleston, South Carolina, and Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. More information at flybreeze.com. And Syracuse University will be sponsoring a car to compete in the upcoming NASCAR Cup Series race at Watkins Glen International. Longtime veteran J.J. Yaley will be behind the wheel of the number 44 machine. It'll be adorned in SU logos and colors. Of course, the number 44 has quite a connection with SU. It was worn by football stars Ernie Davis, Floyd Little, and Jim Brown. The Go Bowling at the Glen, happening on Sunday, August 10th. Our man, Uncle Smitty, will be there. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time coming up on 7:08. It'll be a hot one again today. Here's what we can expect.
Cold fronts on the move, and after a pretty decent morning with a chance of a shower this afternoon, we're still going to be up near 90 with a few showers, thunderstorms possible. I don't anticipate any widespread rainfall, and we'll keep that chance at the early tonight, cloudy overnight, 65. Bigger changes as the front comes through tomorrow. A few showers, maybe an afternoon storm, 78. Beautiful Friday, sunny, near 80. I'm meteorologist Ray Stijic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Not too bad right now. It is warm out there. Some sunshine, 67 degrees at 7:08. All right, from the IBEW 43 local sports desk, Jets quarterback Justin Fields now with a protective plastic shield on the outside of his cleats to protect his toe. Fields spoke to the media for the first time since exiting last Thursday's practice with a dislocated toe. The 26-year-old said God was looking out for him that day, and he's very relieved the injury was not anything major. He limped off the field after being stepped on by one of his linemen. He had to be carted to the locker room, but again, not a serious injury. The Giants saw Malik Neighbors leave the practice field on Tuesday. He was blocking a run play during the team drills. Neighbors had to leave the practice, holding his left shoulder. He did not return. However, Giants officials say they're not concerned that injury is serious. The Mets now dropping back-to-back games. They were beat up by the Padres last night, 7-1 in San Diego. Jose Butto charged with the loss, 5 runs on 5 hits with 2 walks in his relief appearance. The Mets hope to avoid being swept by the Padres as the series wraps up this afternoon. The Yankees bounced back from their series opening loss, beating the Rays 7-5. Max Fried got the win. Cody Bellinger and Anthony Volpe both went deep. The Yankees have won 2 of their last 3. They continue their 4-game series against the Rays coming up tonight. Smitty, anything else I need to mention?
No.
Oh, he's got one of your
Sorry.
blueberry oat or blueberry walnut? Blueberry
oatmeal.
Oatmeal cups.
Just happens to have. I mean, the recipe called for pecans. I didn't have pecans, so I threw in some walnuts. You could pistachios would be really good in this too.
It would. Oh.
Nothing else to add. Sorry. Oh,
Beth made breakfast this morning, and it's phenomenal.
So my brother-in-law texted in. Love him dearly, and my sister, and my nephews, and my niece.
I'm sorry, I never gave you a chance to shout somebody out, although I guess you just did it.
And my mom. So,
got to get everybody in there.
So the Floyd Food Center, George's, does have booths out front.
Yes, under the awning there.
Yep.
I apologize, I forgot about that.
So did I.
They do have the booths out front. So if you want to stop in and get a sub, and then you want to sit outside and enjoy it like tomorrow when it's not 90 degrees, that'd be a perfect day. It'll be low 70s tomorrow. A busy show coming up. We'll tell you about Brewfest. That's going on this weekend. There's the Utica Stampede Rodeo at the Adirondack Bank Center. That's going on this weekend. And we're going to talk to Maddie Engel about the Farm to School program. Looking forward to that. A busy, busy program still to come. It's First News, Keeler in the morning, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Now through September 1st, get up to $180 back by mail on a Bridgestone prepaid MasterCard. Get up to $80 when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires. Get an additional $100 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals are ready to serve you. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Online at tallmanstire.com.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/free. openphone.com/FREE.
Mattress Express's summer sale is on. Get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin, starting at just $4.99. Beautiful select therapeutic mattresses. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
Everybody thinks when you buy new windows, you just rip the old one out, stick the new one in, and voila, you're done. Nope, not the case at all. Scott and Jill here from New York Sash.
The truth is, over 50% of the time, the window frame that you pulled that old window out of has all kinds of problems, and it needs to be repaired at a minimum, and a lot of times, completely replaced.
If you just stick a beautiful new window in an old, messed up frame, you're asking for problems.
And guess what? Most of the companies just use the old rip and stick method. It's easier, faster, and cheaper.
At New York Sash, we carefully inspect the frame for rot, bug damage, messed up trim, and fix it or replace it.
Hey, do it right or don't do it at all.
Call New York Sash now and get 15% off windows, doors, or bathrooms. 315-624-7344 or online at newyorksash.com. That's newyorksash.com.
Are you struggling with neck pain, back, knee, wrist pain? This is Bill Keeler, and I'm talking about Revive Softwave Therapy with Dr. Timothy Del Medico. For me, this has worked. It is FDA cleared, non-invasive. It's all about making the pain go away. The new patient special is just $99. Call today, 315-725-8427. Revive Softwave Therapy with Dr. Timothy Del Medico. 315-725-8427. Call today.
Most people have no idea there's an invisible gap in their home's protection. This invisible threat is house stealing. Con artists pick a house. They transfer the deed of this house into their name by obtaining the forms, using the fake IDs, and filing the paperwork with proper authorities. Now they own the home. Protect your home from this invisible gap. Check on your home's title right now at HomeTitleLock.com. Be sure to use promo code RADIO and they will send you a complete title scan of your home's title. And your first 30 days of triple lock title protection is free. HomeTitleLock.com.
A Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle is a tremendous value, and right now during Mazda's More to Move You sales event at Steed Ponte Mazda, you can enjoy one of our best late model Mazdas from our Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles. We offer them with a 160-point inspection and balance of the 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And if you need a lower price or payment, let's make your deal on a Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle from the dealership that has achieved first place nationally in customer satisfaction, Steed Ponte Mazda.
Before there was social media, streaming, and even color television, there was radio. Remember the golden days when you had to tune in to hear what happened to Hopalong Cassidy, or perhaps the Green Hornet? What if you could relive those days again? Hi, I'm Greg Bell, the host of When Radio Was, a show that's dedicated to the very best of radio's golden age. From classic performances by Jack Benny to tales of terror on Lights Out. It's all here on When Radio Was, starting every Sunday at 11 p.m., only on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Which classic broadcast will you hear next?
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
We are back. First News Keeler in the morning. Jeff Monaski sitting in here for the rest of the week. Our special guest co-host this morning, Beth Irons from the Oneida County Public Market.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes,
Good
sir.
morning, and thank you for breakfast. It's delicious.
Well, when you represent a farmer's market, you can't come in empty-handed, right? Although, unfortunately, Davey, I sometimes do.
Well, we'd love to have you back tomorrow. What are you making?
Well, blueberries are still in season. I don't know.
These blueberry oatmeal cups.
There you go.
Breakfast cups are absolutely delicious. Coming up in just a minute, we'll talk with Jeremy Rosenthal, his weekly Rosenthal report. Some legal head-turning, eye-opening stories in the legal world. We'll get his perspective on those. And don't forget 745, the Hobeika Law Firm's free money question of the day. It comes to you from Joseph and Andrew Hobeika. Officially, it comes to you from me, but if you get the answer correct, they're the one who pays the bills. They're the ones who pay the bill. We'll do that coming up at 745. We'll try to stay on track with that again. This is, I guess, somewhat of a legal story, and it happened in New York. I want to update everybody on this. I saw this case came to a resolution yesterday. Beth, do you remember there was a story, I think it was around, I don't know if it was the state tournament time, or actually, yeah, it was the state.
Earlier in the year, right?
The Class D Girls Championship. And a basketball coach, a male, who's older, and I guess he had been coaching for quite some time, was seen on, whether or not he was caught on video, it happened, but he was caught on video, and he pulled the hair of one of his players on the bench, which is, I don't even have to say this. We all know this. It's inappropriate at a minimum. But he went on to face charges. And unfortunately, in today's media landscape, this is too common. We tend to, I'll say we, but people tend to, they find the story that invokes a reaction or gets you outraged or upset or happy or something, and it's not a finished story.
No, it's out of context most of the time.
It's out of context. And it's something that happened, and they might say, well, he could face this, or she might face this, or...
Well, they got 24 hours of news to fill now. So.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So this story now has come to a resolution, and this is via WNYT. The Northville High School girls basketball coach who was caught on video pulling a player's hair has now pleaded guilty to second-degree harassment. Jim Zullo must also pay a fine of $120. As you may recall, Zullo pulled the player's hair after the team lost a championship game at Hudson Valley Community College last March. The game was being streamed live, and the hair pulling was broadcast on that stream. Zullo had been planning to retire after the season. He was fired instead, and he has apologized for his behavior. Obviously, not acceptable at all, but I just wanted to let everyone know we've made it to the other side of that story, and that he was in court. He pleaded guilty to second-degree harassment. He's got to pay a $120 fine. I don't know what the sentence is, like if he's got to do some kind of public
community service or something, yeah.
Or if he's on, like, I doubt it.
Or if it's just the fine.
Probation,
Yeah.
for 6 months or a year. Is it probation? Yeah, on probation. So if he got in trouble again, then he would face a more serious situation. But obviously, unfortunate. I believe, I don't want to speculate. I want to say in my head, I thought there was something to do with the girl's attitude or her behavior during the game, what prompted him to act like that. It doesn't justify it.
Right.
But it wasn't just out of the blue. There was some ongoing friction between them, and that was how he chose to resolve it, which is obviously unacceptable. So that basketball coach was fined, and in court, it led to him pleading guilty to second-degree harassment. Anything you want to add or chime in on that?
No, I don't want to add to the speculation, but my gut reaction would be that would never be an appropriate interaction.
Oh, there's no question.
Like, okay, you actually thought acting like a 2-year-old was going to be the way to resolve the issue?
Yeah, obviously disappointing, I'm sure. I think he was a longtime coach, and I'm sure if you asked him, he would say that was probably my worst day on the bench.
Yeah, and we all have those moments where we do things that we instantly regret.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's innocent of that at any point. But, and of course, in the day of social media, everybody's watching all the time.
There's always a camera. I remember a line from, what was the movie, Ocean's 11, where Julia Roberts tells her husband or partner, in your casinos, there's always a camera and someone is always watching.
Yep.
And that's the world now.
Yeah.
That's the world now. Jeremy Rosenthal, he joins us each week with the Rosenthal Report. These are some head-turning, maybe wonky or bizarre legal stories, and we get his perspective on them. Good morning, Jeremy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. I just wanted to point out, listening to the tail end of your conversation there, I do a lot of social media, and nobody watches. But so I don't know that, I guess I should treat it like it could go viral, like if I was at a Coldplay concert or something like that. But
Jeremy, topic number one, a Seattle woman is suing the Blue Angels. She says the military jets terrorized her dying cat and silenced her online. They terrorized her dying cat. What's the deal?
Listen, you ever upset the cat lady? Have you ever done that before?
No, I know better. I know better.
Normally you get a tongue lashing. Normally you get a finger waved at. But this one hauled off and sued, and here's the crazy part about the story. She's gonna win, and it's not about the cat getting terrorized. Although if you read the accounts of this 130 decibels, pretty loud. Look, the Blue Angels give you goosebumps. You love them, and they're practicing over your house. Okay, maybe the cat. I think she's going to have a hard time proving causation in this case, right? Showing the medical history of this cat. A few $100,000 to prove your point. I don't think that's going to happen. But here's why she wins. She's going to win because she started kind of giving these people the business on social media, a lot of 4-letter words on to the Blue Angels, and they shut her down. They blocked her account on social media, and that's a First Amendment violation, and it's kind of clear cut. So she's probably actually going to win on those grounds.
Okay, so Jeremy, to be clear here, I completely understand what you're saying, but I want to ask, for instance, if you had a radio station Facebook page, could you filter out and block comments when it comes to your First Amendment right? Is it okay to, when you're a private business, is it okay to filter out and block comments that you think are inappropriate? You said she was throwing a lot of 4-letter words. And is it different because this is military and therefore United States government?
Absolutely. That is the key difference. And you just hit on it. You're a private entity. the Blue Angels are the government. And basically, and what's kind of crazy and weird is that we learned this because of Donald Trump. When he had his private Twitter account, he opened it and registered as a private citizen in 2011, 2012, whenever he did that. And then he gradually started to use that when he was the president. And then he was blocking people. And this went all the way up to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court said, well, if you're the president of the United States and you're using this in your public capacity, then you can't claim that it's personal. With the Blue Angels, it's even more clear cut, right? That's a governmental function. That's part of the Air Force, isn't it? Or is it the Navy?
I believe it's the Air Force.
Yes, the Air Force.
I was in the Army, where my commanding officer, you're going to like this. I was in the field artillery. He said, you know, in the artillery, we get all the cool equipment, and those guys in the Air Force and the Navy, they don't get the. And I'm like, what? No, give me the F/A-18, please, thank you. But yeah, so that's exactly the dividing line. It's government versus private entity.
And I have to correct myself here. The U.S. Navy Blue Angels, they are a representation of the U.S. Navy and the Marine Corps. So I apologize. I assumed Air Force, but it's the Navy and the Marine Corps.
We're going to get a lot of hate mail here over that. I'm sorry.
Well, don't. We corrected it. Calm down,
okay,
folks.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody relax.
You just mentioned President Trump. Topic number 2. He is the focus on this second topic, and it involves the U.S. attorney representing New Jersey.
Right. This is can I say pissing match on the radio? Do you have a dump button?
You just did. You just did.
Okay. All right. This is a fortitude test that actually is kind of getting a little serious, and you're going to have real world consequences. And let me sort of break it down as easily as I can because this one's weird. Alina Habba was Donald Trump's personal attorney. She is a civil litigation lawyer. She handles lawsuits. She sues people. She did that on behalf of Donald Trump. There's been no questions about her competency in that role. She's never been a federal prosecutor, never really done a lot of federal court work. She was appointed to be the U.S. attorney for New Jersey, and it has been very clear that she will not be confirmed. The Senate majority basically wouldn't give her a hearing. After 120 days, you got to go to the bathroom or get off the pot, so to speak. See, I cleaned it up, right?
Yes.
And so after 120 days, when you're the interim, that you go in front of a federal judge panel that can extend you for a little while. They didn't do that here. They've got 2 Democratic senators in New Jersey, so they didn't extend her. And what they did instead was the court appointed the person called the first assistant. That'd be the highest ranking official. Again, a Republican, somebody who the first assistant that's the know-it-all. That's the brains behind the operation anyway. They promoted her. That Pam Bondi fired her the same day. They're trying to reinstall. Alina Habba, but now the people who are getting prosecuted are suing, or they're making legal claims saying you can't prosecute me because you weren't appointed by the Senate or approved by the Senate, and they could win their criminal cases. We're talking drug dealers, drug traffickers, sex traffickers are saying you need to throw our cases out because you didn't get confirmed by the Senate. This is a real problem.
Yeah, I completely agree. These cases will likely be thrown out, right? She does not have the authority to be doing what she did, and she doesn't have the jurisdiction to bring charges against them.
Well, they're trying to end around it, right? They've tried to reinstall her a different way, and the question is whether that's legal, right? And so the administration has to ask itself, and Pam Bondi has to ask herself, what's this worth to you, right? Do we want, and now for the time being, what they're doing is they're rerouting these cases outside of New Jersey because the New Jersey courts are conflicted here. So now you've got this, so it's really got the potential to cause a very big backlog. The easiest thing that the administration could do is to just put somebody else in there. But Donald Trump, Pam Bondi haven't been the types we've seen to really say, yeah, no, we're good. Or yeah, you win. That's not really been in the vernacular here over the last 6 or 7 months. So this is going to be a showdown for sure.
Yeah. But I do think you're right. I do think they will lose this, and those alleged criminals, in some cases, as you pointed out, maybe drug dealers or drug traffickers, will likely have the cases dropped and they will be set free. I am not a legal expert. You are, but I tend to agree with you on this because it makes sense to me. Moving on to topic number. I'm sorry. Did you want more on that?
No, I did not. I think you nailed it. I think you did the 360 reverse jam on that topic. I think we got it.
Well, you think that just because I said you were right. That's why you think that. Topic.
I never hear that. By the way, I don't get that much. Not at home, not at work. I don't get that much.
Topic number 3. Much was made of Trump's predecessor, Joe Biden, obviously, and his mental competency. It's easy for me to say. And because of his age and everything else, this third case involves, I believe, a U.S. judge who is 98, and an argument is being made, it's time to go. You can't be doing this anymore.
Yeah, Mima needs the dental insurance. Don't tell her to go. You can't. When do you take the keys away? Right. That's the issue. She won't submit to a neurological test. That's why they're suspending her. She's been in front of a panel, and she's come back and said, "Look, you can't just throw me off the bench. You are end-arounding the Constitution. The only way to get rid of me is to impeach me." And by the way, here's some other medical records that show that my kidneys are okay. That she's tried that one, and it's not really. I tease, but that's functionally kind of what she's doing.
Well, let me ask though. So, unless it's obvious, and I shouldn't even say this, but I think you could make the case. I gave the Biden example. I think you could make a case there was some obvious decline there. In her case, has she made mistakes? Is this obvious, or is she in the right to say, look, whether I'm 98 or not, I'm still competent and I can still do the job. So you don't have a right to tell me that I have to get off the bench.
I think there's been a lot of reports of mental decline. I think by her staff, by lawyers, by people around her. She points to the fact that her opinions are. She basically saying, you don't like me because you don't like my opinions. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. In one instance, she actually wrote a dissent that got unanimously adopted by the U.S. Supreme Court. So she's saying, look, I still got it here. I can still kind of handle this. But yeah, it's and in Joe Biden's case or the president's case, you got the 25th Amendment, which is your constitutional safeguard. That's where the cabinet comes in and says, this is not good. We can't do this. In her instance, she's saying the only way to get rid of me is impeachment. You can't have a statutory review board appointed by Congress that takes Mima's keys away. You can't do it that way. And I'm not going to fiddly sticks. I'm not going to do your little medical tests too. That's kind of on top of it.
Do you think she's right?
I think she's got a good case. Ultimately, it comes down. I think she's going to lose, and I think the reason is because Congress, in the system of checks and balances, Congress writes the rules for the courts. So and she's not being deprived of the bench. She was suspended. And I don't know that they could necessarily remove her, but I think that they probably have the power to suspend or halt or delay her to prevent her from hearing certain types of cases. I think Congress can do that to her.
Right. So she'd be suspended, not be active, and they could leave that in place until she.
Meanwhile, you're still getting your dental insurance. Get in the car. We're going to the doctor. Right. We'll get ice cream afterwards.
I would have to imagine, though. I mean, she's a judge. Her benefits stick with her, right? She's not going to lose that dental and vision insurance. Come on.
Probably. Well, it's famous, isn't it, that like all the government people get like wonderful. That's why everybody runs for office, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It's certainly not to make things better.
Not necessarily.
Jeremy Rosenthal joins the Keeler Show each week with some interesting and out-of-the-box legal stories. I guess that's a good way to say it. Things you don't hear about every single day.
No, thank you.
I forgot the lightning bolt. Jeremy, thank you so much. Great segment. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
It is 7:34. First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX. Jeff Monaski and Beth Irons sitting in here this morning. Coming up in about 10 minutes, maybe 15, we'll do our daily Hobica Law Firm free money question of the day, your chance to win some cash from the Keeler Show. We'll also talk about a fun event everyone looks forward to each summer. It's the Utica Zoo's Brewfest. That's coming up next on WIBX.
The Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills is ready to take care of your medical needs. Whether you're in need of a new family doctor or you're just looking for a second opinion, or you're interested in the OMT procedure, osteopathic manipulation treatment. It's something I go through every month. It really keeps you in shape. It keeps everything flowing through your body. It makes sure you're walking properly, your back is aligned properly, your neck and spine aligned properly, and you're walking straight. It can prevent problems down the road. It's about a 30-minute procedure. I do it every month. Dr. Monaski, Dr. Zielinski. It's a procedure that really makes a difference. And a great option, just call them at 315-507-4751. Acupuncture, Dr. Kosminski. They have all of these services available under one roof at the Falcon Clinic, conveniently located in Washington Mills. And have you been tested for hepatitis C? Prevalent in baby boomers, 100% curable, 100% curable. Dr. Shemaleski is Hep C certified. Call today, 315-507-4751, or visit them online at their website, thefalconclinic.com. The Falcon Clinic, located in Washington Mills.
BME Company Business Machines and Equipment has been delivering office solutions for businesses in upstate New York for over 30 years. Their success comes from finding the right document management strategies and software solutions for streamlining workflows. Simply put, BME provides fast, reliable service at the best value to keep your business running smoothly. Through BME's strategic partnership with Hummel's Office Plus, they distribute supplies for just about every machine in your office at a great price. BME welcomes the opportunity to serve your business, selling, leasing, and service in Canon and Kyocera devices, as well as FP mailing solutions. An important part of BME's culture is supporting the communities they're fortunate to work in, and BME recognizes that support is one reason for their success. The future of business in BME's area is encouraging, and the company is grateful to be a part of that growth. Call BME Company at 315-574-8200 or visit BMEcompany.com. BME Company Office Solutions. Made simple.
Hey there. You hear that? Right, you don't. That's what it's like to order food for your workplace with EasyCater. No hold music while you wait to place your order. No tapping as you type in special dietary instructions or long, complicated searches for options in your budget. No crinkling of paper receipts. Just...
Dang, these are some tasty sandwiches.
EasyCater, the better way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
The official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. They have the most amazing cold brew coffee. Their coffee is Seattle's best, whether it's iced coffee or piping hot. It's made fresh every single morning and throughout the day at Daylight Donuts. Their donuts, croissants, bagels, everything is made fresh every single day. Try the egg white frittata, made with egg white, spinach, tomato, and feta cheese on a bagel, English muffin, or their croissant. Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. And there's the pistachio lattes, muffins, iced coffee, and the 32-ounce Double X iced coffee to keep you going. A speedy drive-through. Visit Daylight Donuts in New Hartford.
Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting the work done. You know this business can be backbreaking. All the more reason to partner with someone who has your back, like Clinton Tractor and Ferris Commercial Mowers. Ferris is about helping you finish strong and feel good doing it, with patented suspension technology that allows you to mow faster and get more work done in comfort so you can feel good tomorrow. Visit Clinton Tractor today or at clintontractor.net. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Cold fronts on the move, and after a pretty decent morning with a chance of a shower, this afternoon we're still going to be up near 90 with a few showers, thunderstorms possible. I don't anticipate any widespread rainfall, and we'll keep that chance into early tonight, cloudy overnight, 65. Bigger changes as the front comes through tomorrow. A few showers, maybe an afternoon storm, 78. Beautiful Friday, sunny near 80. I'm meteorologist Ray Stijic from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
It is First News Keeler in the morning. WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM. Hump Day. It's a Wednesday morning. We've made it halfway through the week. Another hot one on tap today, as you heard in the forecast there. The good news, though, we're going to be cooling off a bit. It gets hot on my truck. We don't have AC.
Oh, I know.
It's so hot on that truck. In fact, yesterday I mentioned I had dinner with some family, and somebody was saying, "Oh, it's so hot. Oh, it's so hot." And I'll tell you, you know how the human body adjusts and adapts. Mm-hmm. If you're healthy, it usually adjusts and adapts pretty well. I kept saying, it's a beautiful evening. I was in this truck. It was probably over 100 degrees all day.
Yeah.
We're out here now, and it's 82, and it feels like, 72.
Fall.
It feels good.
Like fall.
It feels good. So, and another point I often make, and I think it's 100% true. You can chime in. Let's say it's late February or early March, and you get a sunny day, and it's 42 degrees. Everyone goes, have you been outside?
Yeah,
it's
people
beautiful.
are walking around in shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might leave your jacket at home. Feels great because you're coming out of those days where it's 15 and 20 degrees and it's snowing.
Or there's that funny little hash mark in front of the number.
Yeah, the negative.
Yeah, the negative, the little negative number there.
So 42 degrees in late February, you're like, hey, get out there and enjoy the weather.
Where are my sandals?
That same exact day, the same exact sky condition and pressure and humidity and sunshine, and it's 42 degrees in mid-October, and you go, boy, it's winter already.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, I had to wear layers this morning. Same exact condition, but again, the body adjusts
and it's mindset
and adapts. Yes, it does.
Mindset.
It does. It's perspective.
Yeah.
So looking at a nice day tomorrow, I'm looking forward to it because I think we're only going to be in the low 70s. So it'll be a nice
I'm
break
looking forward to that.
from the heat.
It's going to be a beautiful day for the market on Saturday.
We are getting ready for our Hobica Law Firm Free Money Question of the Day. We usually rely on our man, Uncle Smitty, to give us a dollar amount and a caller. But Smitty just stepped out here into the hallway.
He's MIA right now.
He is MIA. We're gonna, I guess, hold off on this for a minute. We need you, Smitty. He'll be here in just a second. And, of course, the consolation prize for the Hobica Law Firm Free Money Question of the Day. If you don't win the money, you get a $25 all-in-one food and fun gift card, and that's good for places like Aquavino, Taylor and the Cook, at Babes at Harbor Point. Mm-hmm. You can also use that gift card at the concessions at the Adirondack Bank Center or in the merchandise shop at the Adirondack Bank Center, which is cool. I think that was an addition. I think when we first started this,
it wasn't. Yeah, you couldn't get merchandise.
Yeah, so if you want to get yourself a Comets hat or something like that, very cool. It was just food, but I love that they've added that. Our man, Uncle Smitty, is here. What's up, bud? How much are we doing today for the free money?
$200.
$200. Oh, this one's doable. You're going to get me in trouble.
Who cares? I'll take the blame for it.
Yeah, but
you know what?
I'll be the one in trouble.
You can just feel the love in the studio right now.
I care. That's who cares. What caller do you want to do, bud?
Caller 5, and then we'll get it during the break.
All right. So we're going to do Gary first?
No, we'll do a break and then do free money, then do Gary.
Okay. So we're going to do caller 5?
Yeah.
All right. Let's just do a quick 60-second break. Caller 5, 315-736-0186. Your chance to win cash from the Keeler Show and the Hobica Law Firm, the free money question of the day.
Now through September 1st, get up to $180 back by mail on a Firestone prepaid MasterCard. Get up to $80 when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Get an additional $100 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals are ready to serve you. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. See Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair or online at tallmanstire.com.
We're your neighbors, friends, and your family. We care about our community, your business, and most important, you.
We support charities like the United Way, McMahon Ryan Child Advocacy Center, who are the members of IBW Local 43 and NECA Contractors. You don't just see our work, you live it. From the JMA Wireless Dome, hospitals, schools, and city buildings, the IBEW is part of the community.
Central New York's future is bright, and the IBEW Local 43 and NECA will continue to help light, power, and grow Central New York.
The Utica Stampede and Rodeo and Expo comes back to the Adirondack Bank Center. 2 days of rodeo fun with 8 different events, with over 30 of the best bull riders in the Northeast competing for large cash prizes. Get your tickets now at EmpireStateTix.com, in person at the Adirondack Bank Center box office, or over the phone by calling 315-790-9070. It's the Utica Stampede and Rodeo, presented by Don's Ford, Clinton Tractor, and best enjoyed with Coors Banquet, the official beer of the rodeo.
Hey there. You hear that? Right, you don't. That's what it's like to order food for your workplace with EasyCater. No hold music while you wait to place your order. No tapping as you type in special dietary instructions or long, complicated searches for options in your budget. No crinkling of paper receipts. Just...
Dang, these are some tasty sandwiches.
EasyCater, the better way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
It is First News Keeler on vacation, so pinch hitting today. It is myself, Jeff Monaski, and Beth Irons from the Oneida County Public Market.
Yeah.
And you are here each Wednesday with Bill, is that right?
Yep.
Yes. So I'm typically not here, but you are. Maybe I'm the guest host. Maybe you're the host and I'm the guest co-host.
No, I can chime in. I can't lead the charge.
Oh, well, glad you're here. Great show. Awesome that you brought breakfast. You're going to do a little reuniting here in a minute because we got Gary coming in from the zoo. And you and Gary go back a ways, right?
Oh, my gosh, yeah. We worked together off and on for 20-plus years, in my first career. I think I'm the only one left that calls him Munchie.
Well, just to tease him, I think I'm going to start calling him that now, too. Gary's going to be in just a second. In fact, Smitty's about to grab him. But first, we will do the Hobica Law Firm's free money question of the day. And from my neck of the woods, it's Sherry in New York Mills. Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning.
All right. How do you feel? You confident here?
Hope so.
As Bill would say, this is doable. This is very doable.
He always says that.
I was just going to say it's always doable.
It's always doable. There is an answer. You just have to find it.
All right.
On this date, several years ago, many years ago, and that's going to be the question, Medicare, the federal health insurance program for those 65 and older and those younger individuals with disabilities, was signed into law by President Johnson. Name the year. Ready? Go.
1959.
Close. I was going to let you take one more shot at it. It was worth $200. The year was 1965. Medicare turned 60 today.
Oh, well.
Sherry,
not so doable.
Hey, listen, it was a good guess. Spitting out a year is the key thing. You're not going to get it right unless you take a swing. We always say that right in baseball. You won't get a hit unless you swing the bat. So your guess was 1959. The year was 1965. Medicare turned 60 today, but you don't leave empty-handed. You got a $25 all-in-one food and fun gift card. And again, you can use that at Babe's, Aquavino, Taylor and the Cook. You can use it in the concession stands at the Adirondack Bank Center or in the merch shop, the gift shop. Why? That's not right. What is it called? The Team Store. In the Team Store, the merch shop. At the Team Store, you can certainly use it at the Adirondack Bank Center. Sherry, thanks for playing today.
Oh, you're welcome, and I really like it when you're on the air.
Thank you. I really like to hear that. I appreciate it. Sherry, have a good day. Stay on the line. Smitty's got to get your information.
All right.
This is the busy time of year around here, and there's a lot of fun and awesome things happening. And Munchie is in studio. Can I call you that, or just Beth?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks. I appreciate
You
that.
got old school right next to me, so you have the green light.
Is that what you call her?
Old school?
No.
Yeah. Can I pause and give her a hug?
Absolutely.
I got to take this headphones off for this.
Absolutely. I told you, when we started the show today, I just felt the positive vibes. And if you're watching on YouTube, a nice big hug there for Beth and Gary, who worked together for many years ago.
Yeah.
And Gary's in this morning to talk about a big summer event that everybody looks forward to. A lot of people look forward to. It's Brewfest, and it's happening this weekend. Good morning, Gary.
Oh, I'm glad to be here, A beautiful sunny day, and I got all my crew, and we're ready to go. Where the tent company just called me up. They're all up there, so I'm absolutely excited.
This is one of those events, an annual event, a big event, so I would imagine you've been prepping for it since probably the day after last year's Brewfest, right?
It never stops. It never stops. It just gets more, I stop sleeping and start just, at night, this, and, and it's a labor of love.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a labor of love, and the goal is to keep pushing that rock. You had a great party. Awesome. I want it better.
Yeah.
It's a great party. We want it better, I should say, because there's no way that this individual does this alone. It is a whole team effort.
Again, it's happening on August 2nd. What is that, Saturday?
Saturday.
This Saturday.
I can't believe it's already end of July.
I know. Isn't it crazy?
So it's 6 to 9. Utica Zoo. Tickets still available?
Yep, and tickets are online. We did a couple things this year. We actually lowered the price by $5. And all the online tickets, which are all online, you can go to uticazoo.org/brew or the Utica Zoo gift shop to purchase them. There is no fee anymore for that. So the tickets this year are cheaper by $11 for purchasing. Like I told everybody, we're not eggs. Our price went down.
That's a good line. I'm going to turn this over to Beth because of her history with the zoo and with you. But before I say that, nothing ever goes down. And this is a great event. I can't believe the price went down.
Yeah, well, we feel the pain in the community, and we want to not shut anybody out. This is an affordable event, especially if you've ever been there and realize what you actually receive at this event. And it's a great opportunity to have a nighttime adult night. And so we felt, we're going to help the community. They're helping us, and that's what this whole event is about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the zoo's a huge asset for this community, and it's unique for a city like the city of Utica to have something like a zoo or a golf course or a ski chalet or so many other things, or a Boilermaker. There's a lot of world-class stuff that happens in Utica, and the fact that Munchie and I are survivors of a very strong fight that we had to fight a number of years ago so that the community could continue to enjoy having a zoo. It's important for the quality of life. It's important for the science education of our children. There's a lot of schools that take advantage of that, being parked up on the hill. It's so accessible. And Brewfest and another event that just passed a few weeks ago, Wine in the Wilderness, have always been shining stars in fundraising for the Utica Zoo. Brewfest is always a lot of fun. Gary's right. He lives and breathes this event. There's been a couple of tough years. I mean, there was actually one year where I was really worried about him because he was actually stressed out to the point where he was losing his hair.
Oh, yeah.
You got plenty.
Oh, yeah.
A lot more than I do. I'm jealous.
But, I was a much younger man, and I had a very large...
lots of curls.
Yeah,
lots
a very
of curls.
large spot that just...
It
was a tough year.
It was kind of an unwritten rule that the day after Brewfest, Munchie disappears in the Adirondack Mountains for a couple of weeks just to kind of refocus and ground himself again. So he takes a deep breath of fresh Adirondack air, and when he comes back, he's ready to he's ready to hit the ground for the next year. So this is definitely, like he's right. This definitely been a love for him for many, many years. And without Gary Munchank, Brewfest would not be Brewfest.
Just to touch base on the community, we had our free night on Monday, and it was amazing. I was down there. I was orchestrating parking cars. And just to watch the community come up and all the little kids smiling. And so I saw zebras. It's all worth it. At that point, it's so much all worth it.
Tickets include beer, cider, wine samples, a pint glass, admission to the zoo, live music, and food samples.
And something large that we should mention, dinosaurs. I have to apologize to our male camel, Furlough. He normally is right around 2,000 pounds, and he is our largest animal, but we have Tyrannosaurus Rex now coming in at 30,000 pounds. So he is actually beaten. So all our animated dinosaurs will be lit up and there for your drinking pleasure.
All right, that's awesome. It's this Saturday night from 6 to 9. Again, the ticket price, which is down $11 from prior years, but
Yep.
what's the total again?
The general admission is $45. If you're a member, it's $40. Designated drivers are $25. That doesn't change. Ticket price goes up $5 at the door, so general admission is $50. Members are $45. We do run a shuttle from MVCC and also from the rec center. So we will have that available. And we have a band this year that's going to play for the first time, Uncle Charlie and the Meatballs. And I'm very excited.
I've seen advertisements for them.
I am totally excited.
Yeah, they just performed at one of the local bars.
Yeah, I just saw them.
Seven Hamlets, maybe?
Where was I over the weekend? I just saw them.
Yeah.
They're good. They're really good.
I have not seen them. My sister has seen them and said,
or somebody was talking about them. Maybe they weren't performing.
We're all going to be talking about them on Sunday.
And one of the things I want to put in too is like I beat the drum now when I do what I do now is to support local. And Brewfest is all about local brewers. Although, do you guys still put in a lot of miles going around and picking up kegs from the Northeast?
Those days, there's so many things we used to do in the old days.
Yep.
I joke here when we were here originally in the Keeler show, like the first one in '99. I used to bring beer. I just took my Metamucil, so some things might have changed, you know.
Well, I didn't take any Metamucil.
Yeah, well, 27 years, some things changed. So.
Although I guess I got to drive in a little bit, so I shouldn't be sampling beer. My boss is really going to be happy with me when he hears that.
Well, let's do it one more time next year, and then I'll bring the cooler. It was always a ball. There's also a silent auction, so I can't forget. Go in our auditorium. We also have a silent auction. The donations from our local businesses has been outstanding, and a shout-out to my committee. And like I say, it takes everybody to do this. It takes everybody to put this on, and it takes everybody to have fun. So please come up, enjoy yourself. It's a great night.
It's this Saturday, 6 to 9 at the Utica Zoo. The website again? Tickets are online, digital?
It's uticazoo.org/brew, or go to the Utica Zoo's website. And on there, you can buy tickets, or you can go right up to our gift shop window and actually grab them right there. So there is no service charge at all for any purchases.
Brewfest is, of course, a 21 and over only event. Several large tents set up in case of inclement weather, but it's supposed to be nice. It's happening rain or shine, but I think you're getting good weather.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah, low 70s.
Yeah, wonderful drinking weather, even though we're from Utica and there's no such thing as bad drinking weather for us central New Yorkers. We don't shy away.
All proceeds, of course, benefit the animals at the Utica Zoo. Gary, great job.
Oh, wonderful.
Nice to see you, Munch.
I get teary-eyed.
Oh, that's awesome. I knew this was going to be a great vibe show. A lot of positive vibes in the studio right now. It's First News, Keeler in the morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM. Another busy hour coming up. Stay tuned on a Wednesday morning.
Are you struggling with neck pain, back, knee, wrist pain? This is Bill Keeler, and I'm talking about Revive Softwave Therapy with Dr. Timothy Delmedico. For me, this has worked. It is FDA cleared, non-invasive. It's all about making the pain go away. The new patient special is just $99. Call today, 315-725-8427. Revive Softwave Therapy with Dr. Timothy Delmedico. 315-725-8427. Call today.
It's Mazda's More to Move You sales event at Steep Ponte Mazda. Save on a new Mazda lease or enjoy 2.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-30s and CX-5s. With 1.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-50s, CX-70s, and CX-90s. See the dealership for details. Mazda finished 2024 up 16.8% in sales year over year, so let's make your deal at Steep Ponte Mazda.
In Sarah's Flooring Outlet has top quality carpet, gorgeous ceramic tile, Durable LVP waterproof laminate and vinyl. The best in floor covering, not seconds. The best. This is Bill Keeler. Plus, Incera's has the area's largest inventory in stock with Incera's Flooring Outlet's buying power. They get great factory direct deals and pass the savings on to you, so you're always getting a better price. To prove it, Incera's Flooring Outlet will meet or beat any advertised price. So when it comes to shopping for new flooring, tile, any type of flooring, carpeting, laminate flooring, it is Incera's with the largest inventory in all of Central New York, throughout the entire region. Incera's has experience in floor covering that rivals anyone. So you get the best, the service, the price, the inventory, and, of course, the advice. Unequaled service with an affordable price. See why more people buy from the big store. Sal, Incera, and the entire staff there have you covered at the Route 49 Plaza, River Road, Marcy, or always online at incerasflooringoutlet.com.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
Hawaii is in less danger now. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's a tsunami warning siren that was issued after a powerful earthquake off the Russian coast.
8.8 magnitude, the sixth largest ever recorded, sixth strongest ever recorded. Really, anytime you get up to an 8 or stronger, you are looking at a catastrophic level of an earthquake, and that can set off a tsunami.
And it did, but Fox meteorologist Adam Klotz says it has not been catastrophic.
The largest waves we've seen getting up close to 6 feet on the Hawaiian Islands, the Big Island getting up close to 5 feet. These have been the largest waves we've seen. Now, that is kind of winding down at this point. At one point, we were at a tsunami warning. It's currently been downgraded to a tsunami advisory there for the Hawaiian Islands. But those waves continue to march across the Pacific Ocean and now beginning to interact with the West Coast.
And there have been 2 to 5 foot waves reported in the San Francisco area. A vigil in New York City for the 4 people murdered in Monday's shooting spree in a Manhattan high-rise building. Here's Mayor Eric Adams.
To have to walk through and see the remnants of violence of that level tore at me.
A gunman killing himself after killing an off-duty NYPD officer, an executive at the investment company Blackstone, an employee of the real estate firm Rudin Management, and a security guard.
They say that grief is the price you pay for love.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin. Both the mayor and the governor are Democrats and called for stricter gun laws. Israel keeps attacking Hamas in Gaza, where Palestinian officials say at least 46 people were killed. And amid growing concern about starvation and a lack of food in Gaza, Britain says it plans to recognize a Palestinian state in September unless Israel agrees to a ceasefire. Ozzy Osbourne fans lining the streets of Birmingham, England to pay their last respects to the rock icon.
He was just always true to his word. He was just kept it real, said it how it was, and that's what everyone loves about him.
She's among the thousands who watched the hearse carrying Ozzy's body drive by in a procession on the way to a private funeral service. He died last week at 76. America's listening to Fox News.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
The Senate has confirmed a former Trump lawyer, Emil Bovee, to be an appeals court judge over the strong objections of Democrats who are joined by 2 Republicans, Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, opposing Bovee. And there are other Trump nominees still up for consideration.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune tells Democrats they can do it the easy way or the hard way,
alleging if votes on President Trump's nominees continue to be slow-walked, it will have consequences and August recess could be delayed.
Clearly, the Democrats are starting something and creating a precedent that is going to come back to haunt them. This is really bad.
The top Senate Republican says President Trump is the only president in recent decades to not have any nominees confirmed by unanimous consent or voice vote at this point. Democrats have had issues with a number of nominees they consider to be either controversial or unqualified. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
We'll get an update to the economy this hour. Expected to show GDP growth last quarter, which would be a rebound from the slight GDP contraction in the first 3 months of this year. This afternoon, we'll hear from the head of the Fed, who's been under intense pressure from President Trump to make a big cut in interest rates, but he's apparently not giving in to that.
The Federal Reserve is not expected to lower interest rates today, but Chair Jerome Powell will be questioned about whether there could be a cut at its next meeting in September. Lee Munson, Chief Investment Officer at Portfolio Wealth Advisors, is not expecting much.
I don't think we're going to see any real cuts outside of maybe a token quarter until next year when Jay Powell is out and Trump installs a new Fed chairman.
The labor market is holding up but showing signs of cooling, and inflation has moderated significantly. Jenny Coselda, Fox News.
On Wall Street, ahead of all that, stock futures are rising, but not by much. The day after selling dragged the Dow down 204 points, and the Nasdaq fell from its record high. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, sunny skies. We have 70 degrees at 8:05. I'm Jeff Monaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:05. Did I say 7:05? It's 8:05. Sorry. It looks like folks across the area will be dealing with one more day of heat before getting a much-needed break. Temps across the region will be in the upper 80s today, but with the heat index and the humidity, it might feel closer to 95 or 100. The good news is things will be cooling off tomorrow. Projected highs in the lower 70s. Of course, if you're outside, stay hydrated. Protect yourself. The sun is awfully hot. The latest alerts at WIBX950.com and NOAA.gov. The father who was accused of murdering his 9-year-old daughter is expected in court today. Prosecutors allege that Luciano Fradolin killed his 9-year-old daughter, Melina, while they were on vacation in New York earlier this month in the Lake George area. The father claimed the girl was abducted in that area, but authorities say that was not the case. The body of the victim was found in a pond in Ticonderoga on Sunday. A motive for the homicide has not yet been made public. In just a few months, getting from the capital region to the Sunshine State will be a bit easier. That's because Breeze Airways is offering nonstop seasonal service from Albany International Airport to Fort Myers, Florida. That'll start on December 17th. The discount carrier says flights will be available Wednesdays and Saturdays. They'll also make stops in Charleston, South Carolina, and Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. More information at flybreeze.com. And when our man Uncle Smitty heads to Watkins Glen early next month, there will be a beautiful car on the track. You've got to be excited about this. I know who you're going to be rooting for now. There's no question.
JJ Yaley.
You're not going to root for the Q's car?
I'll root for him, but I'm not going to. He's not going to win the race. The race is next week. He's not going to win.
Smitty, tell me how you really feel.
I'll go look at the car, but JJ Yaley ain't going to win unless he pulls a rabbit out of his hat.
I thought you'd be cheering for him, no doubt. And just as some good vibes, you'd pick him as the winner.
No.
Okay. Well, Syracuse University has a car sponsored in the upcoming race that's going on in Watkins Glen. It's going to be a number 44 adorned with Cuse logos and such. J.J. Yaley will be driving it. Smitty says don't bet on him. He's not winning the race. The number 44, of course, has a connection to the school. It was worn by football legends like Ernie Davis, Floyd Little, and Jim Brown. That will be the Go Bowling at the Glen. It's happening on Sunday, August 10th at Watkins Glen. And as I say, our man Uncle Smitty will be there. One more day of heat and humidity before we get a bit of a cool-off. Here's Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel with what we can expect later today.
Cold fronts on the move, and after a
pretty decent morning with a chance of a shower. This afternoon, we're still going to be up near 90 with a few showers, thunderstorms possible. I don't anticipate any widespread rainfall, and we'll keep that chance into early tonight. Cloudy overnight, 65. Bigger changes as the front comes through tomorrow. A few showers, maybe an afternoon storm, 78. Beautiful Friday, sunny near 80. I'm meteorologist Ray Stijic from the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now we have some sunshine and 70 degrees at 8:08. All right, moving quickly in sports, the Mets have now lost 2 in a row. They were beat up by the Padres last night, the final 7-1. The Mets try to avoid a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Pods and the series finale that's coming up later this afternoon. The Yankees bounced back from their series opening loss, beating the Rays 7-5 in the Bronx. Max Fried got the win. Bellinger and Volpe both went deep. The Yankees have won 2 of 3. That series continues tonight against the Rays. Justin Fields now with a protective plastic shield on the outside of his cleats to protect his toe. Fields spoke to the media for the first time since exiting last Thursday's practice with a dislocated toe. The 26-year-old says God was looking out for him that day and that he's very relieved the injury is nothing major. He was stepped on by one of his linemen during a play in practice last week. And the Giants saw one of their key offensive players leave the field due to injury yesterday. Fortunately, it's not considered to be serious, but Malik Neighbors had to leave the field on a cart. No, he wasn't on a cart. Fields was on a cart. Malik Neighbors left the field holding and favoring his shoulder. He was blocking during a run play in team drills yesterday. Once again, the good news, Giants team officials say the injury is not considered serious. The Hall of Fame game is tomorrow, right?
Yep. Detroit and Los Angeles Chargers.
That kicks off the NFL preseason, and that means the NFL season is just around the corner. We're looking at, 4 or 5 weeks away?
Yep, it's only 3 weeks of preseason games this year. They cut it back. Remember, it was 4. They cut it back to 3. So all the teams start playing next week.
All right, Smitty, great job as always. Our executive producer, and he is steering the ship here. The man behind the controls. We appreciate you. I know you're stressed a little bit today.
Yeah.
You gonna be all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Have a blueberry oatmeal cup.
I will.
Yeah, have another one. I'm taking a couple of these on the road with me today. Smitty, a man of many, many words. Not really.
Blueberries are brain food, so they'll be good for you today.
You've seen the J.J. Yaley theme car.
Yeah, we put it up on the YouTube stream, by the way, if you're checking that out. You got it again there?
I can get it. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, you don't have to. It's okay. They put it up. They can hit rewind or something. They can scroll back 10 seconds. But we put that up on the YouTube stream. It looks sharp. It's the classic Syracuse orange and navy blue. It's got the big S on the hood and the 44 on the side. He's pulling it up again here, so we'll do one more glance.
Is this a racing car or exhibition?
Yeah, no, it's going to be in the race.
Oh,
it's a
cool.
racing car. You
That's
know how
cool.
they always it seems like there's a trillion sponsors and logos on the cars.
And it is not cheap.
No, it's not. No.
Especially if it's big enough for people to actually see. That is not cheap.
So I will be going, like I said, Jeff Thiessen, I will be going there next weekend. That's going to be one of my things that I'm going to go look for. It's just a little thing there. It's not the whole thing. It's just there you go.
And if you can grab that, phone, I think that might be our rodeo guy. He could be calling in a little bit early. And if you want to weigh in on anything, you can. Did I get that? Oh, come back, Jeff.
There you go.
315-736-0186. We've got some comments on the YouTube stream, the live stream here as well. You want to get to those or take a break first?
Go to that one first. It's Larry. Larry wants to talk to you, Jeff.
Larry, what's going on?
Quick question, since Davey's a Yankee fan, but Jesse could chime in. No one has ever asked Boone this question. If you have a lead going into the last inning, the ninth inning, why don't they put a defensive replacement in for Volpe?
Who's better? Who should be there, Larry?
Well, he's got 15 errors, most in Major League Baseball. You could put yourself in there. You'd do better.
Tell us how you really feel.
I could play shortstop better than Volpe, Larry.
Right. So I'm saying they got Ahmad Rosario in a trade. He's got to be better defensively than Volpe.
The former Met, Ahmad Rosario.
Yeah,
so
and he almost caught. I mean, Davey probably watched the game. He almost cost him the game last night on a routine There was 2 outs. Just throw it to first, and the game's over, and he couldn't do it.
Right.
Larry, sometimes I disagree with you, but I think this is a very valid point. If you have a good glove on the bench that you can put out there, I think you're right about this one.
And Davey follows the Yankees, so he knows better than anybody. But if you watched last night, it was like they almost blew the game because he couldn't throw just a routine ground ball from short to first.
So Volpe did homer in the game, but you're right. If you're in the 9th inning, you're at home. It's not likely that Volpe's going to get another at bat. So why not put the better glove in? I think that's a good point, Larry.
Right.
Appreciate
I just wanted to get your thoughts. Thanks.
I appreciate the call, man. If you want to chime in on something, 315-736-0186. We're going to get to some of our Facebook comments as well. And since I'm putting things in front of the camera just one more time, my little guy made me a picture of Hulk Hogan.
No, this way.
Oh, the other way?
You're
Okay.
good, right there.
And he drew this. You can see some of where he was erasing because he does it the right way. I just, if you look at this picture, there's no question it's Hulk Hogan, and it's not because of what he's wearing. Look at how good he did with the mustache. That's the Hulkster. Carter, I really appreciate
That's
it, bud.
Hulk Hogan in the NWO days, the black.
Yes, not the red and yellow.
Right.
He drew me the one with him in the black and white. So I just want to say thanks again for that to my little guy. It's First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Now through September 1st, get up to $180 back by mail on a Bridgestone prepaid MasterCard. Get up to $80 when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires. Get an additional $100 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals are ready to serve you. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Online at tallmanstire.com.
Utica and the Mohawk Valley Mattress Express's summer sale is on, and this is a big one, folks. Pay attention. Get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin. Save, save, save. Flex head beds included. These are beautiful, therapeutic select mattresses starting at just $499, folks. Why pay more? No credit check payment plans. We do them every day. 5 years, no money down to pay for qualified buyers. That includes massage chairs, folks. Full line of massage chairs. In New Hartford on Commercial Drive next to Pet Supplies Plus. In Oneida, in the Glenwood Plaza where the movie theaters are, folks, go to mattressexpressny.com. Call 1-800-NEW-BEDS. No appointment necessary. King for the price of a queen. Queen for the price of a full. Full for the price of a twin. Only at Mattress Express.
This is an urgent message for investors over the age of 50. Silver is on the verge of making history. This is an opportunity you can't miss. We're Advantage Gold, the #1 rated precious metals company in America, and we've helped thousands of investors move their IRA, 401k, or retirement account into physical gold and silver safely and securely. Call 800-900-8000 now and get our free 2025 Silver Investor Report and learn why now could be the best time to own physical silver. In this eye-opening guide, we reveal why silver is surging and could make new all-time highs, how to protect your retirement from inflation and market chaos, and the little-known IRS loophole that lets you own gold, silver, and even platinum, 100% tax and penalty-free. Plus, you'll learn how to get up to $10,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. But don't wait for this opportunity to pass you by. Call us now and learn how to own physical silver today the smart way. Call 800-900-8000 now. That's 800-900-8000. Or visit us at AdvantageGold.com. Past performance may vary. Consult your financial or tax advisor. Call us at 800-900-8000.
The Utica Stampede and Rodeo and Expo comes back to the Adirondack Bank Center. 2 days of rodeo fun with 8 different events, with over 30 of the best bull riders in the Northeast competing for large cash prizes. Get your tickets now at EmpireStateTix.com, in person at the Adirondack Bank Center box office, or over the phone by calling 315-790-9070. It's the Utica Stampede and Rodeo, presented by Don's Ford, Clinton Tractor, and best enjoyed with Coors Banquet, the official beer of the rodeo.
Hey there. You hear that? Right, you don't. That's what it's like to order food for your workplace with Easy Cater. No hold music while you wait to place your order. No tapping as you type in special dietary instructions or long, complicated searches for options in your budget. No crinkling of paper receipts. Just...
Dang, these are some tasty sandwiches.
EasyCater, the better way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
As we age, our liver, which is essential for metabolism, digestion, immunity, and detoxification, needs extra support and protection. That's where Active Liver from New Nordic comes in. With Active Liver, you're giving your body an essential daily defense against toxins from alcohol, fatty foods, and sweets. Protect your liver and give it the support that it deserves by making Active Liver from New Nordic part of your daily wellness routine. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
River Hills Properties continues to be the fastest growing real estate company in central New York. Nobody sells homes like River Hills. Bill and Robin Monjo started, and when they did several years ago, it was all about service. Let's give people in upstate New York, in the Mohawk Valley, Utica, Rome, let's give them services they've never seen from a real estate agency. Your listing agent is with you every step of the way from start to finish. There's the book. They don't use the lockbox. They go to every event, every meeting, whether it's with the bank or there's an inspector, whatever it is, River Hills, your listing agent is there. It's all about service. And they're conveniently located with offices in Barneville, Little Falls, Utica, to the north in Copenhagen, Newport, and coming soon to Rome, and not to mention their amazing office in the Gulf Coast part of southern Florida. Sarasota, Naples, Marco Island, they have you covered, whether maybe you're staying put in upstate New York or you're considering that snowbird option. Call River Hills Properties at 315-896-1009. Nobody sells homes like River Hills. 315-896-1009.
Guy Benson. I'm not perfect. Many would disagree, but I'm willing to admit I'm not perfect, okay? I'm not promising perfection. You don't have to love me. I love being loved, but you don't need to love me. You don't even need to really like me that much, although I wish you would. They're coming after me. They're trying to hurt me. I can handle that. Joe Biden has failed you. And we need to get him out. And you're not stupid. Guy Benson, weekday evenings at 6 on WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
We are back. First News Keeler in the morning, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM. It's the Keeler on Vacation edition of Keeler in the Morning. Jeff Monaski and Beth Iron sitting in here this morning. You're more regular here than I am, you know.
Okay.
A couple of stories I wanted to get to. First of all, I want to say good morning to our friend Richard. And do you know why? Well, the reason is today is National Cheesecake Day.
Oh, nice.
And there are plenty of choices out. Well, they're going to do all these promos for chain businesses, and I'm not going to do that. As for flavors, the sky is the limit. The Cheesecake Factory celebrating today with a brand new flavor. It's called Peach Perfect with raspberry drizzle. They've got a promotion going on. But I know Richard, a listener to this program who often chimes in, at least when Bill's here. We haven't heard from Richard all week or last week.
Because he usually sends Bill his personal email. He sends them to Bill's address.
Gotcha. Well, Richard, I hope you're listening this morning, and I want to say good morning. Richard brought us some of his cheesecake before, and I can tell you it's phenomenal. And, of course, Richard used to be a cheesecake maker. Have we talked about where he was?
Well, you had lunch with him personally.
Yeah, but what he used to operate?
Yeah, everybody knows.
Manny's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard was Manny's. So, and that's Manny's, not mayonnaise. I said it a little quick. Manny's. But he makes delicious cheesecakes, and it is National Cheesecake Day. Beth, did you know the total time for the Billy Joel documentary, And So It Goes, is 5 hours?
Yeah, because they released it in two sections, right?
Yeah. That's less than 2 hours than the soundtrack for the two-part series. A 155-song soundtrack was released on streaming platforms over the weekend. That 7-hour soundtrack contains numerous previously unreleased live tracks including his first ever concert performance of scenes from an Italian restaurant.
Nice.
What else here is worth mentioning? The Stranger was released as well from 1977. It also includes tracks from his 1960s bands, The Hassles and Attila, which was the Piano Man's brief venture into heavy metal. Producers of the soundtrack say there's still a large amount of unreleased material in the vaults of Billy Joel and Sony, and more compilations are being worked on.
That's cool.
You mentioned you're a fan and you plan to watch the documentary?
Yeah. I mean, it's we set up a new TV. We now have a smart TV at the house.
I delivered it to your house yesterday.
Yeah, you delivered it yesterday. My husband actually texted me. He goes, Jeff was just here with the TV. We're just kind of figuring out, okay, which remote do we use and what button does what now and that kind of stuff. But yeah, Billy Joel's always been one of my favorites. If you want to make me happy, play 80s music, and he was all over the late 70s and early 80s. And I don't think the guy did anything bad.
And there are so many songs, when you look at I don't want to say the different genres, but time-wise. So, there was a unique sound in the 80s versus the 90s. You can almost identify a song by its sound, what decade it was in.
Absolutely.
And the interesting thing about Billy Joel is that's maybe some songs, but overall, some of his classic songs are still great songs today, and you can't say, well, that's definitely an 80s song, or that definitely came out in the late 70s.
Yep.
They're just great songs.
They are. I mean, and I noticed that at work.
They're timeless is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, they're iconic.
Yes.
Like one of my coworkers is coming in shortly, and I've gotten to the point in my life and my career where I am decades older than my coworkers. And most of the time I'm good with that. Some days I have my moments, but sometimes most of the time I'm good with that. But it's heartening to see them. Like we recently did an event over in Rome. We did the Cycle the Erie Canal event, and they had some good bands on stage while they were playing some 80s tunes. And all of my coworkers were like, I'm like, oh my God, you guys know the words to this? That is awesome. You're listening to great music. That's great.
Yes.
And I multiple times, my husband and I had moments with our daughter growing up when she'd be like, the Backstreet Boys are doing this, or, please don't call the station because I mentioned a specific band. That's just the one that came to mind.
Yeah.
But I'm like, they have a great new song. And we're like, no, that's not a new song. And they're like, yeah, it is. It just came out. I'm like, and we would go over to our record collection and pull out. I'm like, no, these guys did it first.
Yeah.
So, but you're right. The good ones have staying power, and they just, I don't want to say they get recycled, because there are most, and this is just my opinion, there are most times where a new artist will try and play an old song and kind of put in their own spin, and you want to go and smack them in the back of the head and say, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Because at least to us, it's not as good.
It's not as good.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's true. It's it's falling on new ears now. But at the same time, I'm like, if you want to sing a song with your own spin, sing your own song.
Yes. Well, again, iconic and timeless.
Yeah.
That's why they sample. That's why they sample.
And then, like the Stones, Billy Joel, all the big ones, they're still around.
And I have one more for you before we go to the phone lines. I felt like this was up your alley, so that's why I snagged it quick. A 5-foot python snake is back with its owner after it was found in an apartment in New Hampshire. Officers were called to the scene in Derry, is how you say that, Derry, earlier this week, where the snake was reportedly slithering around in a bathroom. Police said it was friendly and obviously a pet. It's unclear how the snake entered the apartment. But a 5-foot python, imagine walking into the bathroom and finding that. You would hear me scream like a 5-year-old girl real quick.
Yeah, there's...
Smith, go ahead, tell me. Turn your mic on.
Oh, we got Ty from the Utica Stampede and Rodeo.
Oh, awesome. We mentioned this earlier this morning. There, once again, a very busy weekend here in central New York and the Utica region. Ty Eklund, if I'm saying that right, is on to talk about the Utica Stampede Rodeo going on at the Adirondack Bank Center on Friday and Saturday. Good morning, Ty. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Are you a bull rider?
No.
No, okay. So is it pronounced the Luck E Rodeo Company?
Lucky E, yes.
Lucky E Rodeo Company. Tell us what what you guys have in store for us at the Adirondack Bank Center on Friday and Saturday.
Well, they'll have 8 different events there, totaling with the bull riding, saddle bronc riding, bareback riding, team roping, steer wrestling, calf roping, and barrel racing. Some of the top cowboys and cowgirls from across the country will be coming in to compete for the top prize money that's put up there in Utica. So over the course of the 2 days, you'll get to see 2 sets of different contestants coming in, from Canada, Georgia to Texas to right here in New York.
So I can tell you're obviously from upstate New York with that accent. I'm just teasing. Is this one of those? I'll call it a circuit event, but you mentioned prize money. Is this something you get some of the top competitors coming in to compete in this because this is part of their quote unquote season?
Yeah, so we're sanctioned with the IPRA, which is the International Professional Rodeo Association. And their finals are in Guthrie, Oklahoma in January. So they take the top 15 in each event. So the prize money, won at each rodeo throughout the entire season, obviously puts them in that set of standings. So,
all right, very cool. So it's going to be the best of the best. It's happening Friday and Saturday, the Utica Stampede Rodeo, and it's at the Adirondack Bank Center. I'm checking online. Off the top of your head, you know what tickets are starting at? People keep telling me $10. I'm checking, though. I shouldn't say that unless I look.
I don't know off the top of my head, honestly.
Right. I'm pulling it right now. Let's see here. Friday and Saturday tickets. I'm on the website, checking it out right now. Where are you before and after this event?
So we're actually at our home show here in Broad Albin, New York on Thursday, and then after we go to Linden, Pennsylvania.
Performance, I guess, for lack of a better word to use. The points and the money that the riders earn qualify for them for bigger events down the line and later in the season. So this isn't just them out having a good time with their horses and the bulls and calves and everything, but there's a very specific goal in mind when they come out of the chute with these animals.
Oh yeah, for sure. The like I said, the finals are in Guthrie, Oklahoma, so they're trying to be a world champion is what they're trying to do at the end of the day. They compete for a gold buckle out there and obviously more prize money. So,
all right. Well, Ty, I appreciate you taking some time this morning to fill us in.
Yeah, appreciate the call.
That is Ty Eklund from the Lucky E Rodeo Company. And again, the Utica Stampede Rodeo is Friday and Saturday at the Adirondack Bank Center. I knew I should have looked first. Just to start at $21, which is still super affordable. You can get them at EmpireStateTix.com. Once again, starting at $21. You can also purchase them at the Adirondack Bank Center box office or by calling 315-790-9070. As Ty said, bull riding, bareback horse riding, barrel racing, team roping. What's the tie-down roping? That'll be going on as well. It's a fun little thing that they've been doing here for a few years at the Adirondack Bank Center, and you go and check it out. It is a good time. Tickets starting at $21. I apologize that I misspoke earlier in the segment. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll be joined by someone Beth knows very well.
Yeah.
Maddie Angle, and the Farm to School program. We'll highlight that coming up. And we might squeeze in another free money question of the day. Monday I missed. I know I missed on Monday.
I noticed that, but I wasn't going to mention it.
Benchmarks. I have to do the benchmarks, otherwise they get mad. It's First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
You know the old saying, look with your eyes, not with your hands. Well, that does not apply at New York Sash.
Scott and Jill here again, inviting you to visit our Idea and Design Center showroom at 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro. It's a great chance for you to not just see, but also touch and feel all of our windows and doors, siding, and bath products.
Most companies are going to force you to make a major, important remodeling decision by looking at itty-bitty, teeny-weeny photos on a website or in a catalog.
But this is your home home, for crying out loud. It's important to get it right. So come in and take a look with your eyes and with your hands.
Heck, you can even smell it if you want.
Drop by our showroom from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Saturdays from 9 to 1 at 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro.
Call New York Sash now and get 15% off windows, doors, or bathrooms. Or online at NewYorkSash.com. That's NewYorkSash.com.
This is an urgent message for investors over the age of 50. Silver is on the verge of making history. This is an opportunity you can't miss. We're Advantage Gold, the #1 rated precious metals company in America, and we've helped thousands of investors move their IRA, 401k, or retirement account into physical gold and silver safely and securely. Call 800-900-8000 now and get our free 2025 Silver Investor Report and learn why now could be the best time to own physical silver. In this eye-opening guide, we reveal why silver is surging and could make new all-time highs, how to protect your retirement from inflation and market chaos, and the little-known IRS loophole that lets you own gold, silver, and even platinum, 100% tax and penalty-free. Plus, you'll learn how to get up to $10,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. But don't wait for this opportunity to pass you by. Call us now and learn how to own physical silver today the smart way. Call 800-900-8000 now. That's 800-900-8000. Or visit us at AdvantageGold.com. Past performance may vary. Consult your financial or tax advisor. Call us at 800-900-8000.
Do you suffer from sore feet, back, knee, or hip pain? The Good Feet Arch Support System has helped many people find relief, like Tim.
I'm always telling my colleagues who have sore feet, this is the greatest thing. I'll even take my shoe off and show them. And I believe in the product so much. When you have something that works, you kind of want to share it with people. It worked for me, maybe it can work for you.
Or do you wake up at night with heel pain, like Crystal?
I would wake up in the middle of the night with all kinds of pain in my heels and in my arch. So I went to the Good Feet store. And ever since then, I've been pain-free. I wear them every day. I wear them when I walk, at the gym, when I work. They're great.
Get back to walking, working, and exercising and imagine a life without pain. No shots, no surgery, no medication. You've got nothing to lose but your pain. Stop into the Good Feet store today for a free fitting and test walk. We're located on Commercial Drive across from Hobby Lobby.
Back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. And online at tallmanstire.com.
Cold fronts on the move, and after a pretty decent morning with a chance of a shower, this afternoon we're still going to be up near 90 with a few showers, thunderstorms possible. I don't anticipate any widespread rainfall, and we'll keep that chance at the early tonight, cloudy overnight, 65. Bigger changes as the front comes through tomorrow. A few showers, maybe an afternoon storm, 78. Beautiful Friday, sunny near 80. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
This is Keeler in the morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
All right, it is First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM. Our man, Uncle Smitty's got the YouTube feed up rolling today. We are streaming live on the WIBX 950 AM mobile app. And our special guest co-host, she's actually in here each Wednesday, is Beth Irons from the Oneida County Public Market.
Happy to fill the seat.
Well, she wasn't here last Wednesday because we weren't here.
Yes, you were at Bill's camp.
Yes.
Not
You can blame me
Not
for
Bill
not.
Keeler's camp.
You can
You were at
blame me for
Buffalo
not being
Bill's
here.
camp is where Smitty was. I'm going to turn the reins over to you because you're an expert here and she's your guest.
Oh, I always get nervous when people say that.
Well, I'll be here as backup. It's okay.
Cool. So I invited in with me Madeline Engel. We call her Maddie. She's one of the new bright faces at the office at Cooperative Extension, and she is with the Farm to School program, and she's also spreading her wings into other things. She's a very busy young lady. She's spending a lot of time in the Rome City School District with their summer programs this week, and she was also, I was personally very proud to watch this little project develop because everybody else on the team really got into it and was very excited about it. We recently produced this past spring a booklet for we're dipping our toe into the agritourism industry, which is a very quickly growing industry across the country, across the world actually. And she produced a wonderful booklet called Harvest Oneida County, which is encouraging people to go out and visit places, get out and know the community. Go to a lot of people do the U-Picks. You go pick your own strawberries, your own blueberries, your own sweet corn, that kind of thing. And she pulled together a beautiful and growing list of places where people can just throw the kids in the car and go outside and enjoy part of agriculture, and kind of introduces them into things that they may not think are agritourism because they're just part of life. Well, we need blueberries, and blueberries are in season, so we got to go pick blueberries. That's agritourism.
That's great.
Yeah.
I never heard of you pick your own sweet corn. That's a thing?
Mm-hmm.
I never heard of that.
Yep.
I don't mean to derail this, but you said that. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, the strawberries, blueberries, yeah.
Well,
obviously,
and it's growing into like there's a farm. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about specific places, but there's a place that just announced yesterday you can go and cut your own sunflowers.
No kidding.
Savicki's, you can go to and cut your own. Early in the year, you can go to North Star Orchards and cut your own tulips. So it's really growing into this thing.
Which an educational piece.
It does.
Also.
It gets people to know what's available in their communities that they don't. It's like you don't have to go to the grocery store, or you don't have to, that sometimes that's the fun part of the process. Go out and pick it yourself. So, but I'm gonna let Maddie talk now because she's the guest. So.
Well, I should come here more often if Beth Iron's just going to sing my praise all morning.
Maddie, get tight up on that, and
you're right on top of the microphone there.
Yeah, it's nice to have Beth in there talking about what a great job you're doing.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and there's certainly you pick pretty much anything these days. I know Swiss Stack just opened their peas, and they're going to have tomatoes and peppers. Pretty much anything you can think of. Agritourism is the next big thing, and in Oneida County, there's certainly plenty of it, and the idea of the booklet was just to share that with our community and get them out there and really enjoying agriculture.
And like try to in a nutshell explain what farm to school is.
Yeah, so my big role at CC Oneida is within their farm to school initiatives. So farm to school simply is the partnership between local farms and local schools, getting farm fresh produce and products into school meals for students. And it is a huge collaborative effort. We work with regional partners, we work with local farmers and different local schools to make this happen. And it's amazing the progress that you get to see with these higher quality school meals. Because I don't know about you, but when I was in school,
pizza was cardboard with plastic cheese on it.
There you
go.
Yeah. And these days, they've really got some high quality meals in there when we're able to get farm fresh in there.
Well, and she's also done through the Farm to School initiative. She's been at the market and done samplings. Like the one thing that comes to mind is she did honey sampling, because I was like, okay, how many spoons do you need? Because sometimes we have a lot of kids, and if you give them more than one sample, do they need a clean spoon every time? And do you need a garbage can? But there's just a lot of stuff behind. I wanted to make it easier for her to just sit and talk about her honey, and then have people enjoy it. Because it partnered really well with a program that we have at the market called the Power of Produce for the kids, where they come in and they get 2 $1 tokens that they can use to spend on a fresh fruit or a fresh vegetable at the market. And these initiatives and these things that Maddie does helps introduce kids and adults too, because people don't know there's different kinds of honey, just like they don't know there's different classifications of maple syrup. Those kinds of things. So it's an easy introduction thing, and free samples always draws people.
Sure.
So, yeah.
They can taste it themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm in the category of I didn't know there were different kinds of honey. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. So a big part of Farm to School is education. And one of the things we did this year was honey tastings in the classroom for students. Honey can actually be very different based off of the flower that the bees collect that nectar from to go back to the hive to make honey. For example, we did 4 different types of honey. So our first was clover. We have our clover, 4-leaf clovers on the ground with those little white flowers that come up. That's our pretty typical honey. Most people have had clover honey. So kids really are receptive to that one. It's pretty easy to get down. But then we have like wildflowers. We can make a honey from that. And then we had some pretty interesting ones. You can get very unique in your types of honey. We did blueberry blossom. So you release your bees into a blueberry field. They pollinate those blueberry blossoms, and they go back to the hive and make a blueberry blossom honey.
And you can taste that in the honey.
And you can taste it in the honey. Not only different tastes, but different colors.
Yeah, different shades.
Yes, and then I think we also had a buckwheat honey, which is a little white flower, very innocent looking, but it makes a almost black honey that tastes a bit like molasses.
And it's very robust.
Very robust, very earthy, little musky. And some people, it's their favorite. A lot of the kids weren't too big of a fan of that one. But
well, and an interesting thing that I just happened to think of when she was explaining about the honeys was some of the beekeepers in the Northeast will actually take their beehives to different parts of the country, and there'll be orchards and farmers that will hire them to place their beehives in like an almond tree grove to help pollinate the trees. Or apple groves, that kind of thing, to help ramp up their production. So it's really interesting. I mean, and
it is. I never knew this.
I mean, and the simple thing of her setting up a table in an elementary school lunchroom and letting the kids sample it. The wonderful thing about kids is they're little sponges of knowledge, and especially if they're actually interacting with it. You know, we've learned that a lot repeatedly with the Power of Produce program at the market. I've actually had one of the things that always stands out in my mind is I actually had a woman who came up to us. Her son ran up to us it was during one of the holiday seasons, right before Thanksgiving, and he got his tokens and he ran off because he knew what vendor he had to go to, because his mother said he loves Brussels sprouts. He bought Brussels sprouts because he got his tokens, and now he loves it, and now it's his little job to get Brussels sprouts for every Thanksgiving dinner we have. Because the vendors at the market, they don't cut the Brussels sprouts off the stalk. They grow on this big, heavy, woody stalk. They just cut the stalk and bring the whole stalk, and then you cut them off the stalk as you cook them. And he just fell in love with Brussels sprouts. And I'm like, he's 6 years old. I'm like, I didn't even know what a Brussels sprout was when I was 6 years old, let alone know that I liked it. She goes, he loves them. She goes, and now for the last 2 Thanksgivings, I'm bringing the Brussels sprouts. I'm like, well, good for him.
You'd be amazed.
Score 1 for Pop.
You'd be amazed at how excited kids get about vegetables or farm produce when they get to be involved. They taste, they learn what they like and they don't like. We love to phrase it as a taste testing. They're food critics, right? The expectation isn't for them to like it. The expectation is for them to try it. So they try it. They're more receptive to trying it because there's no expectation there, right? And they learn if they don't like it, that's all right, we tried it. And then if they like it, then it's something they know they can search for and maybe build upon, right? We like one type of honey, maybe we'll try some different types. It's really exciting.
I love that.
It's a lot of fun.
The way you describe that, too, and that the expectation isn't, okay, now you're going to have to incorporate this and you have to eat this. It's just try it. Do you like it?
That's
okay.
it, just try it.
If you don't like it, we got something else you can try.
Absolutely.
That's great.
It's good. They cover a lot of my time here as co-host, which I really appreciated Bill reaching out. I wanted to shine the light on my team members, my ag team members at Cooperative Extension that didn't necessarily do things that were in the spotlight, but they're all really cool things, and they really do impactful stuff at different levels of the food systems locally. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody had a chance to talk about that. So.
Now, do you go in the fall and the spring? How many schools do you have a chance to visit? And if somebody's listening to this, can they reach out and say, hey, I'd love to have you come to our school?
Yeah, so we pretty much work all year round. In the summer, we have programming that's outside of the schools, but all school year, we have different programming opportunities. And I have coworkers at the office who do similar things. Our ag in the classroom, education is also a huge piece.
Dairy in the classroom.
Dairy in the classroom as well. And usually we have teachers or school admin reach out to us throughout the year to try and schedule a programming for whatever we happen to be running at the time. Usually it's very seasonal. So in the fall, we might do something with apples, whereas in the spring, we love to do pollinators and honey like we did this spring. And if they want to reach out to us, they can find us on our website at cceoneida.com. And on our staff page, we have a list of all of our contact information and positions for whatever you happen to be looking for.
CCE, of course, think Cornell Cooperative Extension. The website again, CCE.
cceoneida.com.
All right, very cool. We'll take a quick break.
Okay.
Come back with more. It's First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
Beautiful woodwork adds warmth and charm to any kitchen. But years of use can leave your cabinets worn and faded. When you call Enhance, we'll make your cabinets as good as new again in as little as 1 day for a lot less than you'd pay for traditional refinishing or replacements. Whether you want to renew your cabinet's original finish or completely change their color, just tell us the look you want and we'll help you get it. Or bring your hardwood floors back to life. With most Enhance renewals, you can use your floors again the same day. Plus, there's no mess, no dust, and no odors. Call Enhance today for a free in-home consultation. We'll explain the process, we'll show you how your cabinets or floors will look when we're done, and we promise you'll be really pleased with the price. And when you trust Enhance, you'll get the skilled workmanship and attention to detail we bring to every job. There's no obligation. Call us now at 738-1113. 738-1113.
Hey, it's Crash Gladys from Speed Freaks. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use limited time promo code ADULT and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use promo code ADULT to redeem your 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code ADULT. Yeah, at first I thought it was too good to be true, but it's completely legit. Plus, you can cash out anytime. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now by using limited time promo code ADULT. That's promo code ADULT for a limited time 25 cents per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
The official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. They have the most amazing cold brew coffee. Their coffee is Seattle's best. Whether it's iced coffee or piping hot, it's made fresh every single morning and throughout the day at Daylight Donuts. Their donuts, croissants, bagels, everything is made fresh every single day. Try the egg white frittata, made with egg white, spinach, tomato, and feta cheese on a bagel, English muffin, or their croissant. Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. And there's the pistachio lattes, muffins, iced coffee, and the 32-ounce Double X iced coffee to keep you going. A speedy drive-through. Visit Daylight Donuts in New Hartford.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
$8:51, First News Keeler on vacation here on WIBX. We're continuing our conversation with Maddie Engel about the Farm to School program. She's going to highlight what she's got coming up. And, of course, joining us in studio as well for the whole show, but this segment as well. You're kind of also a co-expert. You're a co-host and a co-expert,
well,
I guess.
I don't know. I get nervous with that expert word.
Okay. You're a co-ask the pro.
There you go.
That?
Okay, there you go.
But I'll let you take
Doesn't
it away
roll
again.
off the tongue as easily, but you know. But yeah, so like I said, Maddie's always doing something really cool. She's out in the community a lot, which means a lot. Feet on the ground is always the most impactful way to get your message across. And she's going to be spending some time in Rome.
Yes, we've got lots of programming always, but a really exciting opportunity we have coming up is in the Rome City School District. So if you are in Rome and you have a child enrolled in the Rome City School District, you already have access to an amazing summer program put on by the Rome City School District where kids under the age of 18 in their school district can get free lunch every day for the summer, because that is a very reliable source of food when kids aren't in school and aren't getting those school meals.
And a lot of kids, if school's not in, they don't eat. You know, that's sad. That's a sad truth.
Sad.
It is. So this is a really amazing program that's already been put on by the Rome City School District. But the week of August 11th to the 15th, we are celebrating a little farm to school week where I will be there with some of my partners, and we will be tabling at the different parks across Rome City School District where they are already hosting this free lunch program. And we are going to have some samples for them with farm fresh products, produce. We have Susie from Jones Family Farm in Herkimer coming. She is very excited because she has a New York creme cheese, I should say, because it's not made with cream, it's made with their milk. So it's a bit healthier, a bit easier, a bit nicer to fit into schools. And they wanted to test it with some real students. And so they're going to bring their New York creme cheese for these Rome students to try on some bagels, along with some other produce that we're going to be bringing for the kids to try all week. So we're really excited for that. Again, that'll be August 11th through the 15th across the parks in Rome within the Rome City School District.
And just a quick plug for Jones Family Farm, who I adore. Jones Family Farm. They are at the Clinton Market, and if you ever get a chance to have some of their gelato, make the trip to get it. And they also have a farm store. Their farm is the Jones Family Farm in Herkimer. Stop by the farm store and pick it up. But they're kind of known for their cream cheese. And it's just we have a vendor at the market, Waken Bagels, who makes killer bagels. And carries
Love that name.
And carries their Jones Family Farm cream cheese, and he usually carries 4 to 6 different flavors. So it's all, like I said, it's all about local. And Maddie does an excellent job helping the kids understand that not all the food comes from Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yes.
and that's so important to understand.
We love local and we love education, because when you can get in with these kids early and teach them about the food that they're putting into their bodies and where it's coming from, the more we can foster the growth into adults who care about and understand agriculture and its role in our world.
And shop at farmers markets.
Shop at farmers markets.
Fresh, delicious,
I remember my
local.
first aha moment, and this was when my daughter was small. I was a chaperone for her class, and they did a thing they went to a farm, local farm, and the farmer grew potatoes. So he had a basket of potatoes that they had just harvested, and one of the kids actually raised their hand and asked the question why there was dirt on the potatoes. And my gut knee-jerk reaction was, what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
And the kid didn't. That was the first scary realization that people don't know where their food comes from. People don't know that potatoes grow in the ground, you know, where the dirt is. So the more things that we can do to close that gap and to make that connection, the healthier child we're going to have, and the healthier future we're going to have with those children. So,
yeah, in a world where 90% of the population used to be farmers is now less than 1%, the general population is really losing the sense of how food is grown and where it comes from. And there's a lot of ramifications there, but with education, we're trying to close that gap a little bit and create a healthier society in the meantime.
So, Maddie, great job. I appreciate you taking the time to come in.
Thank you for having me.
Beth, outstanding job. You brought
Thank
some
you.
great vibes into the studio
Oh,
and some
good.
great breakfast.
Oh, good.
But no, it's infectious. The good vibes are infectious, and I know you got to reunite with
Gary.
With Gary a little
Yeah,
bit, so that
was a
cool.
nice surprise.
Speaking of reuniting with Gary, everybody has the chance to do that. In fact, Brewfest is going on a Saturday
And about
night.
an hour after the events, Gary loves to reunite with everybody.
It's Saturday night from 6 to 9 at the Utica Zoo. That's the annual Brewfest. Ticket prices are actually down this year. Does that ever happen? No, but they are down this year. You can check out tickets. Is it uticazoo.com?
uticazoo.org.
uticazoo.org/brew. And that's where you can get your tickets for event. That's Saturday night. We also talked about the 2025 Utica Stampede Rodeo and Expo. That's Friday and Saturday at the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica. Tickets for that start at just $21. You can go to EmpireStateTix.com for more information, or you can get them right through the Adirondack Bank Center box office. Great show today. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're back tomorrow live. First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
Make this season all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension. Visit Clinton Tractor on Meadow Street in Clinton to see the full line of Ferris mowers.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
Most people have no idea there's an invisible gap in their home's protection. This invisible threat is house stealing. Con artists pick a house. They transfer the deed of this house into their name by obtaining the forms, using the fake IDs, and filing the paperwork with proper authorities. Now they own the home. Protect your home from this invisible gap. Check on your home's title right now at HomeTitleLock.com. Be sure to use promo code RADIO and they will send you a complete title